Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
I usually say cheers, boys, but I can't really do that today.
So Brew Collar Podcast is actually performed in front of a live audience.
Oh, yeah.
You guys didn't know.
Got a special guest in the house. So if you see me look
Cheers.
over for approval, you know what I'm doing.
Right.
Like, is what I'm saying out of line, or is it
Yeah,
not?
right.
And when I see her shake her head, I'm going to be like,
It's out of
Okay,
line.
it's
Everything
out of
you
line.
said, just don't look. I'm glad I can't, like, she's out of my view because I know she's not
oh,
going
this
to
is
approve
perfect.
everything
I want to
say.
look over and be like, what's he talking about? Like,
Well,
what?
all right.
Dicks and farts. Here
But
it
hey.
Is
comes.
this appropriate? Thanks for
Ducky,
checking.
yeah.
Ducky, it's good to have you on here. Cheers again.
It is.
Cheers
It is so
again.
good.
Thanks,
So good
bud.
to have
It's
you
been a
on.
long time coming.
Cheers,
It's been a
bro.
really long time coming.
Good.
I remember one time we were at the house here, and we had been here drinking for a few hours, and the Ducky is Danny Liberty's wife now. If you guys didn't know,
Congratulations.
So, yeah, congratulations. So we had Danny on the podcast maybe 5-6 episodes ago, and so Danny decided to stay home and watch, just chill at the house, and you come over, and you come in, you're like, hey, let's do a shot. All right, let's do a shot. 3 minutes later, let's do another shot. All right, let's do another shot. I'm not going to say no.
I'm not going to say no.
10 minutes later, hey, what do you call me? Spring chicken. Let's do another
Yeah,
shot.
spring chicken. You used to call him spring chicken.
Spring
does.
chicken and home chicken.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's do another shot. I'm not going to fucking say no. Let's do another shot.
We're doing this.
20 minutes later, throwing up. Passed out on the couch. She came here and went hard as fuck for an hour.
Listen, I have the distinct memory of like just out of the dead being like, Shawn, I'm going to throw up. And then
Dude,
you were
and
like,
I'm already blitzed. You know. It's a
And Shawn-
Saturday night.
Sean's like, what? And then
Yeah.
Heather just like dives
With the trash
with
can.
the trash
She was
can.
on it.
And I
Superior shit.
listen.
I'm
That's
thank-
the best friend I've ever had.
Thank God
That's
that
fucking
Heather
awesome.
saw it, because she was like, her help was me. And I mean, I don't know what am I going to do?
Trash, bathroom.
Oh, bathroom trash can somewhere. I live here, but I don't know.
So fucking stupid.
Yeah, just so
I'm like
dumb.
already dumb, and then you put me in a pressure situation when I'm drunk. It gets worse. It gets
Bro,
so much
And I was
worse.
like, oh my God, if she wasn't there, it would all over the floor.
yeah.
My favorite memory is probably my first memory of you is when this is the first time I'm meeting you. You come over to Danny's house, and you guys are coming to play Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that.
Right.
And Danny was like, Shawn's brother Bryant is about to walk in. I was like, okay.
I remember this.
And then I was like, hi, Michael, how are you? And then you and Danny like were in on it. They're like, we're not going to correct Ducky.
For those
We're
who
not-
don't know, yeah, my first name is Michael. I'm Michael. He's not Michael.
No, I'm not lying.
And the thing is that I never knew that Michael was your first name.
Was my first name.
I for some reason I called you Michael,
Yeah.
and
I was like, "What's up? Nice to meet you."
then Shawn all of a sudden is like, who the fuck
It
is
went on
Michael?
for so long where I was like, all right.
Have they met before this? Like,
Yeah, I was like, are y'all tricking me? Are y'all like trolling me right now?
I really like how you said that the first time you met me was your favorite moment because this went downhill from there. It's only gotten worse.
No,
So-
it's been
Okay,
steady.
that's pretty
It's been
steady.
steady.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good.
It's
Yeah, I
been
like
steady.
that.
Yeah,
How do you like the pernicious?
it's okay.
She doesn't like it.
Pernicious is a tough one. I know he
It
doesn't
is
like
weird.
it. I like it.
It's okay to drink.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a weird aftertaste like
Like the hazy did.
like
Yeah,
the
for
hazy
sure.
did, but
I feel like he likes more stronger beers than I do. So
It's
I feel
an
like
8.5, the Freak of Nature Wicked Weed,
It's a
and
what?
it is
the freak.
8.5.
This
Yeah, it's
is
pretty stout.
a
It's got that aftertaste like a double.
7.3.
Choo, that's heavy.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
I
very
don't know if I have asthma, and whenever I
You got
like use
asthma?
my fucking
You have
inhaler,
asthma?
yeah, when I use my inhaler and like albuterol machine or a breathing machine, it has this weird taste in your mouth,
Yeah.
and that's what a double IPA almost leaves in your mouth. It's the aftertaste.
You connect those two?
Oh, it tastes like that.
Really?
Taste it right now.
Interesting.
Taste it and just try to think
What's
of
the
like
percent on this?
8.5.
Oh shit.
Yeah, stout. It's stout. We've been drinking since 12 o'clock. We started drinking.
Oh man, that reminds me of a damn metal show out in
Oh, man.
spring or something, like a huge festival, because we
Yeah.
always
What'd
go
you
with
what it tastes like dirt and cigarettes and sweat.
Oh man, what an experience though! When you're sweating, your knees are tired, your back hurts, but you're about to see like one of your favorite bands. It's about to get rowdy.
Have you been to a metal festival?
I have only been to a few shows. So the first show I went to, there was a guy in my art class that I thought was really cute, and he was a drummer for a band, right?
Okay.
And he was opening for Norma Jean in this moment, right?
Oh, okay.
was
Okay, that's solid.
rad.
That's solid.
It was rad.
Yeah, and this moment's got some
And then
good songs.
the second show I went to was 100% worse. So I was only there to see Motionless in White, but my younger cousin was obsessed with Black Veil Brides.
Oh God.
And so we go to the show, and she's like, I want to be up front because I want to see Andy Six. And I'm like, I'm gonna be the cool older cousin and make sure you're up front,
for sure.
you know?
I like that.
Because I'm like a senior in high school. She's not even she's in middle school. So we get up towards the front, and Andy Six is going to grab my hand, and I was like, well, I know this one song. I'll grab his hand. I'll sing with him, whatever. He bites my hand.
He bit your hand?
He bit my hand.
Did you cold cock that motherfucker?
Cocaine, a hell of a
drug.
drug.
I tried to punch him, but he pulled back in time
Then
or
he
whatever.
bobbed and weaved.
I was pissed for the entire night, and she's like, I'm so jealous. Don't ever wash your hand. And I was like, ma'am.
I'm going to the hospital.
Let's slow down now. And then, so one of the guys that was in the band, he came up to us and he's like, hey, I'm so sorry he bit your hand. And my cousin was like, can I meet him? And he had this look on his face like, he's in the tour bus right now. And I was like,
yeah,
gotcha.
He better having a good time.
Yeah. How about we just go home?
Yeah.
It'll be totally fine. And then the next show I went to was Flogging Molly.
Yeah, I feel like you've been a big fan of them. Right?
I enjoy Flogging Molly. And then the last concert I went to was when I went to go see Rainbow Kitten Surprise with Danny.
How was that?
It was good. It rained the entire time, and it was amazing.
It was by the beach, right? Myrtle Beach or something?
It was in Charleston.
Charleston,
North Charleston and stuff like that.
Yes.
But it was they didn't get rained out or whatever. They had to stop for a few minutes, obviously, because of the thunder or whatever, but it was pretty fun.
Lightning and the thunder.
Oh, God, don't do it.
I'm doing it.
But other than that, I haven't really been to very many shows. And I'm on hey, the kids are going on spring break soon. Let's go to a show. And Danny's just like, oh, maybe. And I'm
Danny's full of dad mode, relax.
He's full dad
We going to
mode.
go to a show.
Listen, I told
We
him.
going to go to a festival.
I was like, I'll take Heather with me.
Yeah,
Don't play with me.
yeah.
There you go. Do it.
We'll do it. He can keep the kids. We're going to go have a good time.
We're
Well,
glad to have
they're
a
going to
show,
be with
yeah.
my dad for spring break. So I'm just like,
okay.
let's go.
Let's
okay.
go.
So speaking of spring break, my cousin called me and she's like, what are you doing St. Patrick's Day? And I was like, well, I'm bringing the kids down to Columbia for my dad to stay with them and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, oh, that's my 21st birthday party. And I was like, oh no.
Shit.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that, because in my mind, she's 16. And she's like, yeah, I can't accept it either because I don't want to be old.
Oh, no.
Bitch, I turned
Bitch,
30.
that was my first word.
Bitch,
That was my first word.
I
Bitch.
turned 30 this year. Don't tell me
30?
21 is old. Yeah.
Well, the good thing is, 30.
Oh, man.
If you didn't know.
Today I was talking to your dad and Robert. Shout out Robert. And I was like, I really hope one of these 30-year-olds beats his ass. I was like, because he gives me, because you was fighting in the black belt division, and then you fought in the 30+ division.
Yeah, well, I just had some exhibition fights.
Yeah, some
that's
exhibition
fine.
fights, and I think you won them. But
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at her dad, and I was like, I really hope when these 30-year-olds beats his ass. That way I could give him hell about talking about. Every podcast is like, oh, how old are you?
Oh,
30?
no, I've heard.
Oh, how old
Yeah.
are you?
I've heard.
How old are you?
Yeah, right.
Podcast 30. How old are you? 31. How old are you? I'm like, oh yeah, okay. What these 30-year-old dudes, man? We about to, I need to pay this.
But the
dude.
good news is you're still in your 20s, like me and Gabby.
until May.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
But no, and then she goes on and she goes, oh, well, are you going to stay for the party? And I was like, well, it's St. Patrick's Day and I don't have my kids. So I don't know. And she goes, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, what kind of liquor do you want? It's Troy's first birthday. I'll leave you some liquor and stuff like that. She goes, well, I'm a Jaeger girly. And I'm like, no, ma'am.
We drank Jaeger on the podcast
No,
before.
ma'am.
We
We took shots of Jaeger straight out the fucking big-ass Thunderdome bottle. Jesus, man. That
I
was
was
terrible.
genuinely terrified.
Really?
I was, because you know how some people have an aversion to Fireball, they get physically sick
That's
when they
me.
smell
Yeah,
it.
that's
I'm
I
upset.
get so sick when I smell
Jaeger. Really?
and I'm
I
just
get
like,
it. It's got that unique taste to where if you like that taste, it goes down smooth as fuck. But if you don't like that black licorice taste, it is so hard to get down. And Fireball's kind of the
I'll
same
be
way.
honest, I'm not that Jaeger's not that bad for me.
It's not bad for me. I don't.
not bad for
I'll
me.
drink it. Yeah,
I'm not I'll get fucked. Oh god,
I'll get
we got
fucked up
so
on
fucked
Jaeger.
up.
It was a lot smoother for me when I was 18.
That's the standard.
Illegally,
Yeah.
but you know.
Well, I've never drank until after 21, so
Yeah,
I wanted to
absolutely.
ask you. We ask every guest that comes on here.
Yeah.
Does a shower beer make you an alcoholic?
Is this first thing in the morning?
Time definitely counts, but for
Time-
me,
this is everybody. This is Will's first question.
yeah, he said the same thing. I think that a shower beer is like a shower beer to me is like when you get home from work, you have a shower beer.
Yeah, that doesn't make you an alcoholic. Now,
Okay.
if it's like the first thing you do in the morning and that's what you plan on doing for the rest of the day.
Okay, what if you're on vacation
if you're okay?
Timing
yeah,
matters. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
or it's a Saturday?
on Saturday and vacation, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but it like
That's right. I like that. I
was
like that.
Jimmy
I like
Buffett or
that.
somebody who sang that shit.
Jimmy Buffett.
Hell yeah.
Wasted away again in Margaritaville.
Got that way back in
He's
the way
looking.
back.
He's looking for his lost shaker of salt.
Oh yes.
Me and Gabby were listening to, what song was it about Billy Joel? And it reminded me of Margaritaville. And I go, all right. I was like, this sounds like Margaritaville. She goes, I don't know that song. And I go,
You sure we're in the Black Keys?
no, it was 100% Billy Joel. And I go,
Really?
it sounds just like Margaritaville.
Really?
And she goes, I don't know Margaritaville. And I'm like, oh, I'm showing her Margaritaville.
Listen to Jimmy Buffett for
And
the
then I
first
commentated
time.
Margaritaville for 3 minutes. It was that was terrible.
What
yeah.
a 50-year-old, 60-year-old guy's dream. We're done retired on the beach sipping cocktails.
Yeah,
Just
except-
got done playing 18 rounds of golf. He's liquored
you know what
up.
the problem is?
Margaritaville comes on?
Maybe it's his own damn fault.
Damn.
It's his own damn fault,
He wants to
man.
blame a woman, but it's his own damn fault.
It's
And these
my
white
own
dudes
damn
know this
fault.
shit. That's why they laughing in the back. You know, like they laughing in the. Oh man,
It's
what
so
a
good. It was a fucking. It's
what a
masterpiece.
cheesy song,
It's
but
so good.
I don't know. I don't think
If Margaritaville is on, I'm not changing the song.
Yeah,
I will not
Oh,
change the
I'm gonna
song.
change it. I'm gonna change the song.
No.
I'm gonna test you for
But-
this later. I'm gonna test you
But
for
if
this later.
someone
so you
else
know.
puts it on, if I didn't put it on, I'll groove
That's what I'm
to
saying.
it.
That's what I'm saying. Like
But-
if I'm in the car and Margaritaville comes on and nobody's in the car with me, I'm gonna be like, wasted away.
It depends on how
I'm
drunk I
fucking
am,
singing that
first
shit.
of all. But if I'm in the car on the way to work and Margaritaville comes on, I'm gonna check the other 4 stations on the. And then I might end if it's
You're
all
gonna hear Jay
commercials.
Gilstrap twice before you get back.
At least it might be 3.
Is your old
Jake-
car a turkey? Squash it.
What a dick. He took over the radio.
If you don't know that one, then
You're just
and
not
the
from
people,
around
But the
here.
people that do know,
You're not from around here.
y'all are gonna laugh your ass off at that one.
Oh
Damn.
my gosh, I know. You was talking about D&D earlier.
Yeah.
Danny was showing me like those tabletop.
Danny and Ducky, D&D.
Oh my God! Here we
Cheers,
go. It was meant to
cheers,
be.
cheers.
It
It's
was meant to
been.
be.
It's been.
D&D.
Now, if only Danny would play.
Yeah, he
Right.
don't really play D&D, so.
No.
But he, it was like the tabletop. We have like the TV underneath the glass, and it has like a whole.
That
You
is-
can change
it's
the
like a
map,
map.
like the
That is
battlefield.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
cool
map.
shit.
Dream.
Yeah, and
That
it's
is
like
the dream.
you have like these pockets to put like your dice and shit in, like your
How
figures
much
or
does something
whatever.
like that cost?
Probably. If I mean the TV's going to cost, you're probably going to go a massive TV. If you're going to do it, you're going to fucking do it
Oh,
with a
yeah.
70-inch TV.
Yeah, right. And
That's
you know,
going to
a big-ass
cost you
glass table.
$800 to $900,
So it's like $2,000
$2,000 probably
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
nice table, a nice TV, a nice fucking like all your pieces and your.
Yeah,
dice
you want to be able
Yeah.
to. You want it to be able to roll and lock, and
Yeah, right.
it's going to have to be nice.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
$2,000, and you can have like a badass.
You could have a really good time.
Yeah.
I mean, we almost got that in your kitchen. We got like fucking $1,500 in that rock band and that TV.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Maybe like $1,200.
You know, I love when you come over and play Rock Band, Ducky, because she plays all the like emo songs that I like.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I don't ever like play these, but when you come over, I'm like, she can sing it. I'm just gonna play some guitar
Yeah,
and
right.
fucking jam out, man.
yeah. My Chemical Romance, fucking Bring Me to the Horizon.
Yeah.
They're older stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do
We
Go ahead.
we went to you guys weren't able to make it for Danny and I's like mini bachelorette party, but we went to this one bar in Greenville. I forget the name of it, but it was just my entire YouTube playlist, and I was just like,
Really?
oh, yeah.
Where was you at?
God, I forget the name of it. I'll have to look it up later.
Do you know what you were like around?
No,
No,
it was
too
my,
many drinks.
It was my bachelorette party.
I
I was
like
not
it.
giving a
That's
shit.
a very good point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Welcome to the podcast. We don't give a shit.
I
Not
do,
giving a shit.
I do know that the menu had like giant ass bowls of ramen and cheeseburgers, and playing my music.
Damn, that sounds
Speaking
fucking
Going
amazing.
back.
The Menu, have you watched?
I was just gonna
that
say
movie?
that. I was gonna segue to that.
I have not.
Me neither. Cheers.
You're not a big movie person, are you?
Not really. Okay, so I will get in the mood for movies every once in a while, but I'm just like, I'd rather watch an anime I've watched like 50 billion times than watch something new.
I get in those moods too, to where like I put on The Office and let it run through, or
Yeah.
like, put on a Happy Gilmore. I've seen The Wedding Singer, whatever.
Yeah.
Where it's like I can turn my brain off, throw it on, get the occasional laugh that I always get in the same spots. It's like I don't know.
I will say that if I don't watch the movie, if Danny thinks that I would find it interesting, he will tell me everything. Because him and I have a policy with each other that, listen, I don't care about spoilers unless I tell you I care about spoilers. So he tells me the
I like that.
entire
Okay,
premise
cool.
of the movie.
I kind of pick up on his consistency with you on that, because when we start talking about a movie and I kind of hint that I don't care, I haven't really said, because I hate spoilers.
Right.
And because in the back of my mind, I have to tell myself, like, okay, dude, it's been 20 years and you've known about this movie for like, I was like, you said 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, it's been out for 10 years.
You're never gonna watch
It's
it.
been on your list for
Yeah.
10 years.
He just air quoted if you're on Spotify.
Yeah.
by the way.
It's been on
Yeah.
your list for 10 years.
It did.
And,
That's not funny. It wasn't cool.
and you're never going to watch it. You're never
Yeah.
going to watch. So like, okay, spoil it. But I had to like talk myself into getting there because
Yeah.
I hate spoilers.
I think I saw somewhere that people were saying that like the reason a lot of people like to rewatch the same show over and over is like most people that have anxieties, they watch the same shows over and
Have you
over.
been talking to my therapist?
But like the reason they watch the same show over and over is because they're comfortable, and
Yeah.
and with as a person with anxiety, like you can only have so much. At some point, you've got to fucking recharge those batteries and just do what you're fucking used to. So
Yeah.
if you go and watch something that you've never watched, like the first time watching The Office, it gives you a little bit of anxiety, and even like it makes you cringe a little. Like even watching it now.
No, I don't deal well with cringe.
Oh, if you don't do go well
all.
with cringe, The Office is not for you.
Well, what Danny would do is that he would just play it in the background. So you've seen Danny set up in the house or whatever.
Yeah.
He has like his corner desk with like his 2 monitors and then like a giant TV up
Yeah.
here. And he would play something up here. He has something playing on this monitor and he's like playing a video game right here. And
What a dream setup.
That's pretty fucking sick.
Damn,
Yeah.
son.
listen, you can get there too one day, buddy.
I know.
But so he would just put on The Office, and I would get so fucking irritated because
You hate the cringe?
I hate the cringe because it gives me anxiety because
I
it
get
reminds
it.
me
It
of how
does. It
awkward I
makes
was
sense.
when I was a teenager,
Oh.
and so it gets
I
to a
connect with
point
that.
where when Danny turns it off, I'm just like, so
Thank
did
God.
Michael really do that?
It's always, did Michael really do that?
And then it's the. So is this
pretty
the
accurate.
season where Jim and Pam get together? He's like, no. And I was like, oh, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, right.
Oh, is this the season where the British lady is there? Oh, I don't care anymore.
The British lady.
So
The redhead?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Aaron?
No, the redhead, the fucking one that everybody hates.
Yeah.
Oh, Nelly.
Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly.
Yeah.
So I know Nelly from Doctor Who and stuff like that.
you're
So
a big
that's
Doctor Who fan?
that's
She's the
where
OG.
I.
You are OG.
I'm
Yeah, I
OG.
like that.
She's the OG,
So
yeah.
that's where I find her funny because like it reminds me a lot of her humor because she's a fairly big comedian in the UK
yeah.
and stuff like that. So I enjoy her, and Danny's like, I cannot stand her.
not a fan
I
of
will
her
say,
in The Office.
I think that she was made to be a bad character, but
Yes.
I really liked her character.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of wrote her in to like hate her
she
at
had decent
first.
character development,
And then, yeah,
which is
they-
surprising for
Yeah.
that kind of like
like
moment
that
in the
late,
show. Yeah,
that late in the
yeah.
show, you get a character where you hate her at first because she comes in and just steals Andy's job.
And then it makes sense why she's the way she is.
And then they write in Andy as a complete dickhead to make you pull against him.
yes, exactly.
He comes back from like Jamaica or wherever he sailed off to and like completely shit on the whole company. Comes
Yeah.
back and is like, all right, it's my turn to like run this branch. It's like, no, like we still have to exist while you're gone.
Right.
And the way she got the job is shitty. That's why you hate her.
Yeah.
But the writers kind of make you pick that battle, and it's, I
Yeah,
think
for
it's
sure.
just good
I think
writing.
it's just very good writing. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, it's funny because I'm watching The Office through now, and
It's the first time you watched The Office in what, a year?
and I'm cringing more now.
You're not
It's
you're
so
not
bad.
used to the cringe anymore.
Yeah, and I'm like, Oh my gosh, this is so, and I love it.
It's so good.
I fucking love it, dude.
I just want to say that whenever we both said a year, me and Gabby, I looked at Gabby and she goes. It's kind of fun doing this in front of a live audience. We should do this more often.
Yeah, just sell tickets like a 4-row. Yeah.
Oh man, it's been fucking good. I already got a piss. I'm holding it though.
Oh, go
I already
ahead.
got a piss. No, I'm good. I mean, I'll wait for 30 minutes at least. I'm
Okay.
only 20 minutes in.
But your wedding.
My wedding.
Oh man,
I showed my ass at your wedding. I left it all on the dance floor.
Listen,
Every bit of it.
Listen, there was a point like
Vince Vaughn reference.
It is.
Wedding
Why'd I
crashers.
go showing off like that?
so like it was a beautiful ceremony and everything like that, and then the reception. After I changed into my sweatsuit and most everybody left, and it was just like
You had a blast.
the people that mattered most. Gabby, I'm sorry you didn't stay, honestly, but
Another one.
at that point, it was just the people that mattered the most to Danny and I, and that was just the best part of it. Gabby should have been there.
Gabby had to work the next day.
I know, but Gabby
That's
gets a
part of it.
pass.
But however,
you
she
know.
did show up. She showed up, and
She
I think
showed
she took shots. Did you take a shot with us?
She took a shot.
Yeah.
She took a shot. I remember taking a shot. I think I
Not
did a
another
shot.
one. Fuck.
You asked for another one.
No, I did not another one of these.
Oh, I said another one. You go, yeah.
Yeah, I just meant another beer. Sorry, I'm in it now. You already handed it to me. I'm not gonna fucking not drink a beer that you hand me.
I almost
What are you,
blacked
a little
out.
bitch? Danny
Quit being a little
blacked out.
bitch.
Danny blacked out for a little bit. I was so concerned about Danny, and then you guys were like, no. If we're not concerned, you shouldn't be concerned. And I'm like super fucking concerned.
Here's the thing.
Danny's
I was
the
a
definition
little
of boot and
concerned.
rally. Danny's the definition of boot and rally.
And I was like, I can't. If I had to calm her down, so it's like, hey, buddy, like, if I'm not concerned, you shouldn't be concerned.
And
Turn
then-
my head. Dude might be fucked up. Let me go check on this dude.
I've got a picture of him fucking like sitting there like a mob
Like-
boss, like
like
fucking
his
legs
head.
spread out, like he's ready to shoot a motherfucker because he's hammered.
with his cock.
Peaky Blinders.
With his shoot a motherfucker with his cock.
Listen, I told him.
I mean, he
that
was definitely ready to do that. It was his night of his wedding.
Listen,
She was the motherfucker.
Listen, I told.
Damn, you were the motherfucker.
I told him he walked off the set of either Peaky Blinders or The
Oh, yeah,
Sopranos, and I
sick,
was
yeah.
not sure which. And he was like, "But all of the Peaky
He
Blinders."
loves Peaky Blinders.
I
He
gotta
loves
fucking watch
this
that shit, dude.
I do too.
He's been trying to get you to watch Peaky Blinders for
And
the
it's my show. I
longest
can tell, like,
time.
it's gonna
So
be.
cold.
The problem with it is, I know once I'm in. Like this is me with everything. This is
Yeah.
like me working out. This is me hot yoga. This is me with
Yeah,
like anything. It's like I really
Oh,
analyze.
you do hot yoga?
Oh no, this is my first time talking about it. Oh, let me tell you about it.
Yeah.
Like when I talk about it, when I like I'm interested in like bringing in something new.
Yeah.
It's like
You
I have
hyper-focus.
these. And then plus I like, I don't know. I kind of get obsessed with things very
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, I have definitely an obsessive personality for sure.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, so it's like I know once I get in there, it's gonna be a whole thing.
Listen, I would get so annoyed because he would put on Peaky Blinders, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm tired of watching Peaky Blinders." But then Tommy Shelby will pull some shit or cheat on his
dude.
wife, and I'm like, "Did Tommy Shelby really do that
Killian,
shit
Killian
again?"
Murphy's a bad motherfucker.
Tommy Shelby,
Listen.
Cillian Murphy.
It's Killian
Yeah,
Murphy.
Killian Murphy is a damn good looking man, though.
Now you've said you have told us several times who would
Paul
you,
Rudd.
Who would you leave? Okay, who's your like hall pass or who would you leave Danny for?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd's your
Absolutely.
baby.
Paul Rudd's my baby.
That's your
Killian,
baby.
Killian
That-
Murphy should be up there. That's
Listen,
I'm okay with
Cillian Murphy would be my like, "Hey, how you doing?"
that. Okay.
What about Andrew Lillard?
Matthew Lillard
Matthew
is
Lillard.
Matthew
Honestly.
Lillard
Andrew
is my
Lillard. Who's
is my
that?
boo thing.
Who is Andrew Lillard?
Matthew Lillard.
You seen?
No, who is Andrew Lillard?
I don't think
I know who
Andrew
Matthew
Lillard.
Lillard is.
I don't know Andrew Lillard.
Up the or Without a Paddle. Underrated movie. Underrated comedy.
Wait, where's this coming from?
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Okay. I
let's
thought
be
you.
honest.
I thought you connected Andrew.
Let's be
Lillard.
honest.
But-
Scream. I'm feeling a little woozy here. It's been said on this podcast at least 5 times.
But Matthew
At
Lillard
least.
is that side piece boo thing. But Paul Rudd,
So if Matthew
That's so
Lillard,
strange to me.
if Matthew Lillard and Paul Rudd are in a room together and they're like,
Oh, good.
Paul
got the-
Rudd.
Paul Rudd,
You don't
that's
even
your
have to finish.
boo. That's your thing.
You don't.
I'm gonna be honest.
You
My
don't
my
have to
brain went a
answer that
completely different
question.
direction.
Paul Rudd.
Matthew Lillard and Paul Rudd are in a room together. I was like, what's happening to her? What's gonna happen right now? I don't know if I like this conversation.
So what made you like fall in love with Paul Rudd? Like, what was the first movie?
Clueless.
Clueless.
Was
Tim
the,
Curry.
Wow. Tim
Clueless
Curry,
was the first movie.
Who else was in that movie? Do you remember?
Are you talking about Clue or Clueless?
I'm talking about Clue. Clueless
Yeah,
was.
I was talking about Clue too.
Yeah.
Uh,
the blonde bitch was the and all the pink.
Yeah, that's Clueless,
Sarah Silverstone or Alicia Silverstone? I think it was Alicia Silverstone.
Maybe.
Let's ask our audience here because she loves Clueless.
Alicia Silverstone.
She thinks it's
yeah,
Alicia.
That's what, yeah, that's
Okay,
That's
I
what
don't-
was
I don't
thinking.
remember.
I remember it was Silverstone. That's what I
Clueless.
remember.
Wasn't that kind of like a no, like maybe like a rated R movie? Like I kind of like I'm trying to remember this movie.
It's like PG-13, rated R, but
It was a
like
PG-13 for
Alicia
sure.
Silverstone is like the definition of a bimbo valley girl and stuff like that, and then she
yeah.
falls in love with her hot stepbrother and stuff like that, and I'm like,
That's the movie.
yeah, pretty much.
I don't
that's the
remember
movie.
this.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
I've never seen
like
this then.
she's like a
Porn
hot
reference.
bimbo. She's like this hot bimbo that falls in love with this guy that like could not give a shit about her, and then she's like, oh no, I realized that my stepbrother's really hot and I should go for him and stuff like that.
Some Alabama shit.
Porn reference.
I mean, like he was like, oh, I like political things and I like serious
I
things.
am.
And
So
she's
she
like,
tried to get political.
yeah, well, she's like, I'm trying to take stuff seriously and be more
Wait, you seen this?
mature.
You seen Clueless?
Yeah, it was on Comedy Central, like on fucking rerun for weeks one time.
Yeah.
Like every other week it'd be on Comedy Central. I'm like, why the fuck is it on here?
Yeah.
That what's the other fucking movie? For some reason I keep thinking Blondie, but that's not the
He
name of
was-
the movie.
Paul Rudd was also
Legally Blonde. That one. Yeah, that one and Clueless were like on Comedy Central for like every fucking weekend for like 3 months at one
Yeah.
point.
The other movie that I really loved Paul Rudd in, do you remember Romeo and Juliet with Leo DiCaprio?
I hate
Dude,
that
with the
movie.
fucking
I-
pistol with the damn scope on it.
Listen, okay, so
Jesus Christ.
I really enjoy that movie because
Because Leonardo DiCaprio's the legend.
well, I mean, like
He's a little
I
twerp
mean,
in that movie.
yeah,
Yeah, he is. It
that's
doesn't matter.
fair. But like the guy who did Moulin Rouge is also the guy that did.
I don't know. I'm not
Romeo and
familiar with Moulin Rouge.
bro. Ewan McGregor, fantastic voice.
Conor McGregor.
Is that his cousin? This is cousin.
Damn.
No, Obi-Wan Kenobi, my guy.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Like that was the what was the villain in the Obi-Wan Kenobi? It was fucking Darth Maul.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. That was a
yeah, yeah.
bad
Dude, the
fucking
double
villain.
fucking
Listen.
saber.
The-
It's so good, man.
They're fighting that big pit. The big pit's in the
I
middle.
haven't watched those
Yeah.
in so long, and
they're
I've really had the urge to go back and watch. I want to go back and watch those and the Harry Potters because I haven't seen those in so fucking long.
Listen, I remember being Gremlin 2's age, which is like 8 years old, when the Star Wars, it's supposed to be number 1 in the series. or
Yeah, I
whatever.
got you. 4.
And yeah, and I came home from that movie with my parents, and I was like, I want a birthday cake with Jar Jar Binks on it. For some reason,
People hate on him though. It's such
I
a good
love
character.
Jar Jar
I
Binks.
did too.
I
Jar Jar
people
Binks is
love
awesome.
Jar Jar
People
Binks.
hated on him. Like the
Oh,
true, like
it-
hardcore fans hate Jar Jar Binks.
But that's the thing.
That's okay. They can be wrong,
They can be wrong.
and they are.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, even
And
if
it's
they're
wrong.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Even
I feel like
when
we
they're
are the
wrong.
minorities in Jar Jar Binks.
Well, okay, so if you're into Star Wars lore, there is a couple of theories around Jar Jar Binks that is like you just look at the series differently, or you look at
Really?
the character differently.
Do you know why?
Yes. So the Sith, the bad guys in Star Wars. So a couple of things about them is that they have yellow eyes, droids hate them, and there's like a couple other things. Well, who else has yellow eyes and is hated by droids? Jar Jar Binks. So the theory is that Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord, and that he was like the drunken master stupid kind of guy that was just like furthering his own thing.
Okay.
And is it the best theory in the world? Absolutely not. However,
You can say fucking on this
okay,
podcast.
absolutely fucking not. But I
I was thinking it.
Cheers.
Oh, there we go.
I didn't know if this
Oh,
was
God, we gotta
PG-13
wait on
or
something.
rated
No,
R,
it's
or
by
whatever.
far. It's not rated.
Yeah.
Heard. But
To your
but-
mother.
it's not the best theory in the world, but it's the silliest theory in the world, and I enjoy it that much more.
I got this. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like so the first 3 Star Wars that were ever made, like in the 80s, early 90s, those were like, what, 5, 6, and 4, 5, and 6?
4, 5, and 6 was 70s through the 80s.
Right. And then 1, 2, and 3 was
2000.
late 90s to like 2000.
No, it was like 2000 to 2005.
Yeah,
2004, 2005, something like that. Because episode 7 was like 2015.
Right, that was the newer one. This when Disney took over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you think, like, did you like the, like, kind of like 2000 to 2005 era? Because I feel like that's the era that gets criticized.
Episode 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
Yes, I enjoy those movies a lot. A lot of people
shit on it a little bit.
They shit on it a little bit, but, like, the thing is that, like...
Okay, while he's gone,
yeah.
Who's the biggest action star of all time? Because I've always said Harrison Ford. Because you can't top Indiana Jones and fucking Star Wars.
I mean, that's fair.
And Blade Runner. And, like, you can look at his catalog and there's so many.
That's fair. But Bruce Willis, though.
The top
Bruce
5
Willis,
is definitely, like, not in any order. It's, like, Tom Cruise, Bruce Willis, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Not Sylvester Stallone, but, fucking Sarah Connor. Get to the chopper.
Arnold
Schwarzenegger, yeah. And then, like, you know, you can rope in a 5th. Bruce Willis. There you go.
Yeah.
Like, those 5 are, like, set in stone. You can argue as the best.
When I hear action star, I either think of Bruce Willis or I think of a James Bond movie.
Oh, James Bond, Daniel Craig.
Bond.
Who's your
Pierce Brosnan.
Yes, I would say so
Pierce Brosnan.
myself. But I feel like I want to say Daniel Craig, and I haven't seen a single fucking Daniel Craig James Bond. But he seems like such a good actor that he would be the best James Bond.
Oh, listen. I don't really care for him as James Bond. He's okay. I'm not saying he's like the worst or whatever. I mean, he could be Sean Connery and like beating women or whatever.
Oh God, Sean Connery.
But Daniel Craig in Knives Out, bro,
is good.
I love. Listen,
I've been wanting to watch those.
I love murder mysteries.
Okay.
So Clue is probably my favorite movie of all time. However, Knives Out was really, really good. So along with like being a murder mystery fan, I like reading like Agatha Christie books and stuff like that. And you can watch the movie and be like, oh, they were definitely inspired by an Agatha Christie book.
What's with women and murder mysteries? For me, I turned on
into a deep conversation.
I need to know because
this could go.
This is pretty
not like simple.
This is a
This
stereotype
not
that is
simple
pretty
mathematics.
well known across the board. Because men, we don't really give a fuck about it. Like we'll entertain it here and there when our person makes us like, hey, I'm like it has its own. And you're like, oh, that's so and so.
I wonder if it's because most of the time men are the ones doing the murdering. And
there might be something on that.
And the reasons that men aren't watching it is because we don't want to be like, that's us.
I don't know. I don't feel that. I just don't have an interest altogether. I don't know what it is.
Murder mystery to me is just murder mystery like Clueless and Knives Out is like, oh, this is fun and campy and stuff like that. Now, if you get into like a thriller, it's basically the same thing. It's just a different vibe, right? So like Scream is definitely a murder mystery.
I was just gonna bring up Scream.
That's like when I think of Scream, I think like that's a slasher. That's a horror slasher. 100%.
But like
a thriller slasher for sure.
But it's still a murder mystery. You're still trying to figure out who.
It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, but you're still trying to figure out who Ghostface is. Whereas Clue is like,
I'm not buying it
who
as a
killed
thriller.
Mr.
Though.
Body.
I'm not buying Scream as a thriller. Like I don't think that's a thriller at all. Like there's no connection between thriller and like Silence of the Lambs.
Give me an example. Oh, I guess you're gonna refer to like Silence of the Lambs as a thriller. It's psychological.
That's
thriller.
that's a thriller.
Versus just regular thriller.
Or like Psycho. Psycho's a thriller. But like there's really,
Psycho's also a slasher.
But like but there's only one person getting killed at the end. It's cut with a knife. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not really.
I feel like the time in between people getting killed in Scream could definitely be considered a thriller, especially when what's her name? Main character.
Fucking Neve Campbell.
Yeah. When Neve like in between people getting killed and like Neve Campbell is getting like psyched out because she
Sydney.
hurt.
Isn't it Naomi Campbell?
Yeah.
No, it's Neve Campbell.
It's Neve
Neve
Campbell.
Campbell.
N-E-V.
When she gets like freaked out because of a noise or whatever, I would consider that a psychological thriller because like that's just the anxiety jumping out.
Yeah.
And stuff
I really like that take. Have you seen the trailer for the new Scream? So I'm kind of upset because it's Jenna Ortega who played Wednesday Addams, and it really upsets me that they didn't make it to where like she was Neve Campbell's like sibling or cousin or something because she looks so much like Neve Campbell in the fucking movie.
She's got dark
I
hair.
Can see it.
No, like she looks a lot like her in the movie. If you guys see the trailer,
I've seen the trailer with like when he comes up to like the door and it's like you can see his like mask through the door.
But the trailer looks fucking good though.
The trailer looks good, but
it looks solid.
Yeah.
But they're also like doing it just too much. It's getting to the point where it's like
be watered down.
Just stop.
Just go to something else.
It's like Supernatural or fucking
everything.
Supernatural.
I love Supernatural. I'm such a fan, and I stopped watching. I haven't even finished it. I've never finished it. I can't do it.
I told myself I was gonna stop after season 10. Like the first time they were like, "Okay, we're gonna stop," and then like I was obligated to finish the series because I had a friend that was like, "Hey, Ducky, I need to have someone to talk to," and I was like,
"Fine, yeah."
I
think I stopped watching season 12.
There's so many times where it was like this should have ended much
My
earlier.
favorite season is the Mark of Cain.
Yes, Mark of Cain.
It's fucking so dark.
Oh yeah,
it's the darkest the show ever got, and I loved it.
Sam went through so much shit. Poor Sam.
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched Supernatural, then it's got to happen. But
my favorite thing to suggest to people is to like go on YouTube and find people who do like a retrospective of a series. Like if you don't want to watch the series, spend like 2 hours listening to a retrospective so you get like the highlights and stuff like that and how it was like affected because of like the channel or something like that as far as like writing decisions and stuff like that. My favorite retrospective to listen to is of the Fable series and stuff like that. Okay. So, and they talk about how the choices of your character like go into like the mechanics and stuff like that. It's super, super interesting. It's like 3 hours though, and I'll just put it on the background when I'm trying to sleep.
So like that's one thing that like really separates. I feel like there's a lot of difference between like you and I, and then even Shawn and Gabby is that like. You love watching YouTube, and I love watching YouTube. Yeah. And then he doesn't watch YouTube at all, not at all. And then she watches like a middle amount. So it's like and I'm to the point now where like I can watch 12 speedruns in a row. So I can watch like fucking legit the whole run of an entire game, like 12 hours worth of fucking YouTube, in an entire day.
Oh, Danny puts on Games Done Quick, GDQ or whatever.
Yeah.
He'll put that on and stuff like that. Yeah. Sorry. He'll put on GDQ and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
What's GDQ?
It's Games Done Quick. And it's basically...
Oh, okay. It's like a speedrun thing.
Yeah, it's a speedrun thing.
But it's in front of a live audience. Like, they do it at like an arena and like somebody's like trying to beat the fucking record. And other people will come and watch it. And... they're doing
it. It does add a lot of pressure.
It does add a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Yeah, you get nervous. When you get nervous, you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
There's one guy I've been specifically watching, Carcinogen SDA. It's he's a Resident Evil speedrunner.
Yeah.
And his voice is so soothing, so it's like I can fucking watch this shit for hours.
That's another thing for YouTube. That if I find your voice like nails on chalkboard,
I'm not
watching it.
I'm not listening to a damn thing.
It's like if I click on it, it's like very annoying.
Hi, let's play.
Hi, let's play Genshin Impact. And I'm like, no,
I can't do that.
Whoa. that was a good bad voice.
That was a good bad voice. What other voices do you have in your arsenal? Because you're a dungeon master person. Like you got these.
Okay. I like that.
I like you got some like. Let's hear like some. Let's hear what you got.
So I played GTA Online for a little bit.
And I was Boblin the Goblin.
Boblin the Goblin.
And then like the character had like green clothes and like an overhead or whatever, and she would like crouch everywhere and just like.
So you kept that voice the whole time.
Not the whole time. I had to stop after like a
laugh.
day.
At least laugh a little bit.
Like. We had a buddy we played an online game with, and the whole time
the Relius.
Yeah, Greg. This dude. Shout out Greg. You know, this dude.
The Relius.
He talked like a pirate. in text and in person the whole time. Never broke character.
Honestly,
I'm pretty sure he still kind of does it. Like
He does it every now and then. You have to like, hey man, hit us with that like pirate voice, and he'll hit us with a. I'm like, fuck.
you ever seen Dodgeball?
Yes.
Steve the
Pirate
Pirate.
Steve.
Pirate Steve. That's him. 100%.
Dude, it's like legit. He would fucking
Yeah.
act like that.
Yeah.
God.
I would love to have him on here.
That'd be amazing.
That would be such a good fucking podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it was so interesting. I was like, what? Like this guy was like, I remember I was like PvPing with him
Yeah.
and I like tracked him down and attacked him, and he was like talking to me in this pirate voice, and I was like, usually most people are just mad and I just like beat
Kill
them
him,
and
yeah.
kill them and whatever. And
What
most people
effect.
are mad, and then he was like talking to me in this pirate voice, and it was like leaning into like I beat him, and he was like
Through text.
leaning into like through text, and then
Yeah.
then eventually I got him in like my clan or my guild or whatever, and then he was like the biggest personality in that clan, and then when he left, he took half my clan and
Yeah.
guild, and it was like a
Oh,
big
man.
rivalry. But I was like, dude, this guy is so likable with like the
How
personality
could
that
you
he gives off.
compete? How could you compete?
How can I compete with that? A fucking talking pirate on the game. Like this guy
You
leaned
just got to
into
be
it.
better. You got to like you. He's got personality. We've got talent.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to compete with a guy who's got that much charisma. You know?
Yeah,
for
dude.
sure.
Listen.
Oh man.
I don't
Regardless.
have a lot in my arsenal, as you call it, and stuff like that. I have noticed that when I do DM, if y'all can't see that, but Bryant just hit our audience member in the head.
Didn't mean
Hashtag canceled. I'm taking over Brew Collar Podcast with Shawn.
Bottle cap
Yes.
to the head.
Yes. All right. Welcome to our podcast, Bryant. How are you?
What's up, man?
What the fuck's wrong with him?
It was straight lid.
Are you
Where's you
okay though?
going?
Seriously,
What
this
you
is where
thinking?
this is where I steal you
just
from Bryant.
bottle,
Are
just
you
regular
okay,
bottle.
Gabby?
Did you just like instantly think? Oh,
No, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit her in the head with this, and then it flipped and hit straight bottle cap to the head. But I didn't need other water. You got any other water?
yeah,
over
you
there?
do. You definitely do.
Yeah, I'm a little thirsty.
I don't think you need any
No,
more.
I do, so I can drink it. Oh, thanks, man.
What a. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. What was you saying?
I don't remember.
Yeah, like those guys, like you only meet like you're never gonna meet a person in your life in real life like that. Like a
Yeah.
person who talks with a pirate accent and pirate lingo.
Yeah.
You're not meeting that in real life. Like there's a whole personality online that like the normal, what would you call them? Like the fucking just average Joe person who doesn't really indulge in those like online things. You don't see that.
Those
There's
are
a
called
whole-
normies by
Yeah,
incel terms.
there we go.
Thank you.
So
I want to call them daywalkers.
I've
but
told a person-
They seem very vampire-ish.
I was talking to somebody. I don't remember how I got to the conversation, but me and a good buddy of mine online. I think he lives in North Carolina, and we have known each other since I was in like fucking 8th grade.
Yeah.
And so we played League of Legends together, and we played all the fucking dorky ass games.
League of losers.
Oh, jeez.
Lega leggies.
And so me and him have been great friends for a long time, and I was like, I feel like there's this strange like confidence I have in telling you something in my personal life because I know it will never get back.
There's
Absolutely.
something to that, right?
Like I know I can
Absolutely.
trust you 100% because I know you'll never meet the fucking people that I'm
But
around.
then, with that attitude, though, you create a bond with someone.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Then you want to meet them, and
Yeah.
then it becomes
Exactly. And it's so surprising.
little
And I've been
strange.
talking to that person. My buddy's name is Dalton. I mean, shout out if he's watching. I think him and like the whole crew that we used to play with still watch this. So,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
but shout out
What's
to
up, guys?
Dalton. But dude, like he's one of my good friends. I've been talking to him a lot lately, and I really like. It's surprising that I haven't met this guy
Yeah.
over the years because he lives like fucking 2 hours away.
How
That's
was
not
it?
far.
How was it for you? Because you had people like coming 10 hour,
Right.
taking 10-hour bus
Yes.
rides to your
Shout
wedding.
out.
Bro, so Hannah came to the wedding and she's like a sophomore in college and stuff like that. God bless her. I truly adore her because like I'm not sitting on a Greyhound fucking. I would for Hannah because she did for me.
Oh, you have
Right.
a choice now.
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah,
a
you
choice.
don't have a choice, yeah,
like
for
if
sure.
Hannah was like, "Hey Ducky, I need you," I'm taking the Greyhound bus.
No, you taking a fucking flight.
Yeah,
Take it
we're
out.
flying
Flying
out.
out.
It's gonna be a
Flying
2-hour
out.
flight, baby.
Bro, I will drive at this point if she needs me. But it was so Hannah was Hannah came out to our house once before when she started college and stuff like that. And then her coming for the wedding, like I paid for her ticket and stuff like that because she's one of the bridesmaids and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for your ticket if you're coming to the wedding and stuff
Right.
like that. And then our other buddy came for the wedding and stuff like that. And it was good to see him. You know, I was very happy to see him. He didn't stay very long for the wedding.
What was his name?
Jordan.
Good dude.
Oh yeah,
really good dude.
I think I talked to him.
He was
Eagles fan.
Yeah, big Eagles fan.
Yeah.
They didn't take it this year.
Let's change the subject.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to take it this
Shut the
year.
fuck up. Just change the subject. We don't talk about it.
But so he brought me.
Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth.
Put your tongue back in. Shut your fucking
shut
mouth.
your mouth.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
We're dumb.
So as a just like a gift, not even a wedding gift, he brought me his bag of dice from when he DM'd and
looked
stuff like
badass
that.
too.
It was a
It
massive
looked like
bag,
It looked like ancient
That's what I
artifact
have.
dice, dude.
bro.
Dice?
A massive
Die.
bag.
Massive
Sean's
bag
got
of
one of
dye. Whatever. But and he's like sent like he even sent Gremlin to the dagger from Mighty Morphin's Power Ranger
I
because
saw that.
Oh,
It was
dude,
one of the
what
most
the fuck?
badass. Like,
Dude.
if I was a kid, I would slice everybody up with that shit.
but
Shins and all, baby. We going for it.
Chris on hard, baby.
but the little gremlin loves Power Rangers. Like when
That's
we
fucking awesome.
And little
Listen, he
Gremlin,
loves
you
all
refer to
the Power
those
Rangers.
as your boys, right?
my children, yeah. He remembers when we told him you were secretly a Power Ranger, and he finally came up to me recently and he was like, I know Bryant's not a Power Ranger. And I was like, no, you gotta believe. You gotta believe.
He's
He's like, no.
Yeah,
No,
just
he
what
was-
though?
He was
Power
like,
Rangers don't have beer gut.
Hey, I'm back in the 180s.
That's just
Back in the
fucking
180s.
with you.
Just wait, it's gonna be in the
You really
170s.
don't have a beer gut.
motherfucking
I'm
looking
just
more
fucking-
like
I got a little bit. I got a
Zordon than a Power Ranger.
I'm just being an
Zordon.
asshole.
Zordon is in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
He's a
He was
villain,
like,
right?
No. He's like the
shows you
guy,
how
the
much I know.
mentor for the Power Rangers. It's
I
like
didn't
this
know. I
big.
was
okay with that.
It's like this
Hoping I was
big
right
ass
about- yeah, I
hologram
know.
head.
Oh fuck yeah! I got a big ass head. That's accurate. I am like
You
Zordon.
don't have a head bigger than Danny, though. I will say that.
It's true.
Danny, Bobby.
Danny's got
But I'm with him.
a big ass head.
Yeah. Danny
Listen,
has a fucking fat head.
I love that man, but God. So I knew Danny was dumb, right? Like that was part of the charm.
You know, I'm really curious where you're gonna go with this because I have a story about this.
Oh
also.
no.
Here we go.
I didn't realize he was
Love
an
you, Danny.
idiot. Right?
I
Love you,
married
Danny.
an idiot.
That's where I was gonna go with
I
this.
texted Heather about it.
That's where I was gonna. Oh, is this?
I was
story?
like, what do
story.
you
Okay, I was gonna open up with that.
I was
for a
like,
second.
what?
So-
What do you do now?
so,
and she texted like, oh,
For
God.
background, my aunt and uncle bought us, like, Danny's mom was like, hey, pick out some expensive stuff on your wedding registry and stuff
Ooh.
like that. You know, maybe someone to buy. Sure. So my aunt and uncle got like this really nice air fryer, whatever.
She got
So-
you the air fryer.
Came to the house and whatnot. And Danny was like, oh, cool. And when he opened it, one of the hinges broke off and
Oh,
stuff
so
like
it's
that.
brand new.
It's like brand new, and one of
Oh,
the hinges
shit.
broke off, and he didn't like rip it open. He just like tried to open
Yeah,
it, and
he's
it
strong
like
as
fell
fuck.
apart.
He's just
Richard,
doesn't
what'd
know-
you do?
It's of mice and men. He doesn't know what's on strength.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, he's Tommy Boy. Someone fucked it up and sent it to him, and then it was like, Richard, what'd you do? Remember when he backs
I
up
could
at the
take a
gas
shit in a
station?
box and put a guarantee on it. It's a guaranteed piece of shit.
But so the hinge was broken for a while, right? And after the wedding, Danny was like, all right, I'm gonna get some super glue and I'm gonna glue the hinge back together, try to fix it, blah blah blah. So he tries to glue the hinge back together and he gets the super glue on his finger and he's like, ah shit. So he puts it in his mouth and he's like, oh shit. And then like, you guys have to realize that we were fucked up during the day. The kids aren't home. It's like our honeymoon day or whatever. We're like cleaning the
Let's
house.
have a good time, yeah.
And he's like barreling towards me, like, "Ugh." And I'm like, what the fuck
Oh my
is
God, I can
wrong with
picture it.
you?
I
And
can
he's like,
picture it.
he's like,
I got
With his
super,
fat head.
yeah. It was the only thing in my eyesight. And he goes,
I got super glue on my tongue.
and I'm like, what the?
Because, like, okay, say you had a couple drinks, you're hanging out the house, you just got married, the kids aren't home. It's like, it's time to let loose a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like, you're doing some things that you got to get done before your vacation's
Yeah.
over or whatever. You get some glue on your hands or your finger, and the first thing is like, let me scrape this off.
So you use your
And,
teeth and tongue.
and, like, there's nothing to scrape it off. I mean, you could use like
Oh,
the
Danny-
corner of the table, but like you're just like, oh, let me just scrape it off, and you're like, oh no, it's not dry.
And then Danny's like, I got it on my teeth. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I texted his mom and I was like, so I'd like to return him.
I need to return this man.
I have not turned in our marriage license. Can I return him? I still have the receipt. And she goes, nope. You're a problem now. And then I immediately texted Heather, like, in distress.
I woke up and she goes, Ducky just texted me, hey, I married an idiot.
I'm so.
And the
like,
response was, you just figured that out. I mean, to be fair.
I'm sorry for y'all's ears for my fucking cackling, but God, dude.
Listen, I have another example.
Danny. You the goat, man.
I have another example of his. I don't know if it's his idiocy
So
or
we're still going here. I love this.
So like a week ago. That's how new this story is. So
oh, here we go. I like this.
You know, it's just like. It's just me and him. We're having some alone time, and I'm like, oh, I want to make out with my husband, you know, as you do.
Right,
as you do.
So
I go to make out with him, and then there's something plastic in my mouth, and I take it. It's a fucking button, and I'm like, what the?
Oh, he
fuck?
told me about this. He told me about this.
And I'm like, why the fuck is there a button in your mouth? For those who don't know, Danny likes to chew on plastic to begin with.
The same too. Yeah.
Danny will chew on a straw.
Microplastics are shrinking men's taints. All right, go ahead.
He will chew a straw inside out. That's
it's
how
a
much
fact.
plastic
it's just a fact.
chews.
He does. And this is not like a thing that he picked up from Shawn. Like it's not a
He's
thing.
always been that way.
This is something he's done, and this is something we've done. We chew straws in half. We fold them in half.
Yeah, we've done this. He's the same way. He's always been that way.
No, it just goes completely inside out if it's a
And
straw.
he tried to teach me how to do it one time, and I was like, how the fuck do you do this?
Yeah.
And he tried to show me, and I couldn't figure it out. It's impressive.
Listen, this man's teeth are so nice. If chewing on plastic makes your teeth nice, then listen, I can't either.
British teeth, man. Like, fuck, dude.
And you don't understand British humor? No, I'm kidding. Anyways, so we're so I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna let this bother me. I'm trying to make out with my husband. So I'm like tossing the button behind me. I go to make out with him again, and there's another fucking button in my mouth. And then I'm just like, what the fuck? And he's
what's
like
going on?
dying of laughter.
This is a simulation. It's a fucking simulation.
And I'm like, where the fuck did the buttons come from? And he's laughing so hard he can't even tell me where they came from. I was like, I'm just gonna go make us some hot pockets.
This is why I love Danny.
And leave it alone.
This is why I fucking love Danny.
He's so
because there's
funny,
not a
dude.
bad time for humor for him.
Oh God.
There's never a bad time.
What I love about Danny is he embraces the cringe in moments.
He does.
Like when he's at his, like we all have like social anxieties. I'm sure like most of us do, but like he reacts to it in a different way from anybody I really know.
He is the embodiment of comedic relief in my opinion.
The way he set that up. Like the first time, like you found, what the fuck is a button doing in your mouth? He's like, oh, I don't know, and he like held that in.
He did,
knowing he had another one.
Listen,
and he's like, I'm gonna put that in her fucking mouth,
like a goddamn chipmunk and shit. Fucking love it. I don't know why.
That's legendary. That's fucking legendary. That's awesome.
Listen.
Cheers to Danny.
Cheers.
Love that dude.
I married an idiot. And I can't return him.
You're
so
just not figuring
might
that
as
out?
well spend the rest of
He
my
yours now. That's okay. I've had him for a long time. It's good to pass him on.
Oh yeah. I remember one time we were at the apartment and we had been drinking all fucking night. I don't remember what game we were playing. We were hammered. We're playing some stupid drink. And this is always like whenever y'all are younger, whenever you were younger, not in your 30s, you like to play drinking games a little more.
If you're in karate,
especially at the apartment.
If you're in karate and you're 30 plus, work harder. Beat this motherfucker's ass.
So whenever you weren't 30, you like to play drinking games a little more because you were younger. And we played so many drinking games. And one night we played one with Danny. It was like me, you, and Heather and Danny.
Pizza Box.
And we got fucked up. It might have been Pizza Box. I don't remember what it was. But Danny is fucking passed out drunk on the couch. Mm-hmm. And we have the TV and we're watching, we're fucking around. And there was a commercial about, I think it was a movie with James Caan. And in the commercial it goes like, and James Caan. And that's the only thing I remember.
And he's already beyond. We're all kind of fucked up, but he's like beyond fucked up.
And he's like, he's blacked out
He
drunk.
passed out. He's
like
blacked
20
out.
minutes ago, he's been on the couch, passed out drunk.
Like, yeah, we were just like, oh, he's doing his thing. We'll just like you almost forget about him
And
because
so
like he's relaxing,
And
whatever.
we're sitting there watching the movie or whatever we're watching. The fucking commercial comes on, and it goes, and James, and then Danny fucking rises from the dead and goes, Con.
Like
And I was like,
Undertaker at WrestleMania,
What the fuck just happened?
out of the coffin, like don't, he just rises up.
So
Con.
So he's told me this story, and the way he tells it is that he like screams "con,"
He
and
screamed Con.
and I'm like,
I think it's scream, but he was close.
and I'm like, is this a Star Trek reference? He's like, I think that's what was going through my head.
I think that's what he said it was, but it's weird that you like he's seen that. That wasn't a Star Trek commercial.
Yeah.
And it's weird that like he would see or hear fucked up out of his mind, blitzed, laying down all in like that REM sleep cycle. Like we all know that REM.
Can you explain REM to the viewers?
Don't do this.
The band?
Yeah. So like he's like on the brink of like going to sleep and like hitting that deep sleep, and hears that commercial, and in his brain it clicks. Con Star Trek.
I will never forget that
Rises
fucking
up.
moment.
Con, and then goes back to sleep.
I will never fucking forget that moment.
It was.
That's an awesome moment.
We all turned and was like, "What the?" We all laughed. We
It was
died.
so funny. It was so
That's
funny.
amazing. It's a great moment.
I remember one time we were playing. It was Avalanche or Fuck
be
the
right back.
Dealer, and we're playing. And actually, Gabby was there. It was the one time that Gabby decided
remember
to come
this.
and drink with us.
Yeah.
The one time Gabby
You got a
came
little
and drank with
loose.
us.
You got a little goofy. You got goofy with us.
And she got so fucking
I remember
hammered.
this, yeah.
I think I want to say we're playing Avalanche,
Yeah.
which I don't even remember what the fuck that game is.
Sorry, when I say you, I'm talking to Gabby for the
people that are on
Spotify.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
pick up the
sorry.
social and the IQs.
Yeah, sorry.
But dude, we've had so many good times in the apartments, and I think we're to the point now where we've
All
been,
of them?
What?
The
The
apartments.
apartments. I didn't say that. Well, it was apartments.
We were at apartments.
Yeah, we were just in your apartment.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure that we've had more good times here now.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. It's close.
it's definitely
still
close. But the fact that I was there for 6 years, 7 years. Actually, I was there for like 7-8 years. The fact that I was there for 7-8 years, and then I've only been here for 2. The fact that we're we're comparing the two shows you that it's going to be some good times here.
Good times.
I will definitely take the good times here.
I think I would too, but like I don't. I know I was listening to a podcast, the Spitballers, actually.
Yeah,
If
Check
you guys
it
are,
out.
If you guys are looking for a good podcast, the
it's a
Spitballers is
really
hilarious.
good, clean,
and it's a clean podcast.
clean
yeah.
podcast. Yeah, it's really good.
Not sponsored, by the way. But they were talking about how would you rather like live a life where you're always happy and have no memories, or you're always you're always sad but have all the memories. And I was like, man, I like all those fucking
Happy
memories.
no memories for me.
I think so too, but like it just reminded me like of how many fucking great memories I have.
I thought about that too.
Like, I have so many good memories, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones, but it's like, sometimes you already forget like how, like once like say yesterday, I feel like the memory you have of yesterday is already watered down. It's pretty obvious, right? Like
Yeah, for sure.
The memory of yesterday is watered down, and then like a week goes by, and then your memory of that memory is slightly watered down. It's like 10 years pass, and it's like you only remember like the best part of that night, and you might not even remember that night. So it's like, oh man, I think I would take the just being happy all the time.
Yeah,
And I can create memories for other
for
people.
sure.
You know?
And I think another thing though is like
Maybe.
I think
don't know.
that like topic. So what we're talking about is podcasts that we both watch. They were talking about would you rather live a life where you have no memories, like you don't remember your memories, but you're always happy, or would you rather remember all your memories but you're like very rarely happy? And it's like, and so what really like stuck with me is that, I think that I would go the same path that you took, where I don't want to remember my memories because I would like to live in the moment and be happy all the time. But also I have the luxury of remembering my fucking great memories, and I feel like I'm happy all the time because of that.
Yeah,
Like
nostalgia's
we all
massive
have
thing
that
for me.
We all have that luxury and that benefit, and like we're so lucky to have that moment in our life where we can just look back and be like, yeah, I had some great times, I had some bad times, but I can learn from the bad times.
Yeah.
And I can just like there's no reason to not be happy. You
So
know?
what would you do? Between like you just said, I'm here. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank for some reason.
Oh, what do you think the reason is?
The reason why I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, it's the alcohol.
Well,
It's you're been drinking.
That I answered my own question.
motherfucking
I'd rather just be
Sweetwater's on
happy
draft.
now because I can't remember shit.
Yeah, them Sweetwater's on draft. That was hitting.
I don't
Always.
know. I would like to think that I don't want to remember anything and be happy and stuff like that. But like, I also have my boys, so like.
It's a whole nother element.
Like,
it's a whole nother element.
Whole nother element that I'm like, do I really want to forget the memories like with my kids and stuff like that? They've like, I have 3 children ranging in the ages of 8 and 12.
Right.
So it's just like, do I give up those memories to be happy all the time, or just like keep those memories and like rarely be happy? That's a whole nother ballgame. If I didn't have
really
my kids,
is.
if I didn't have my kids, yeah, let me forget everything.
But also,
But now I'm just like teetering on the.
I kind of feel like that is a selfish take in itself. I don't mean to be.
Well, I think
Weird, but-
everything's a
but-
selfish
no, because
take.
well,
It
for
is-
sure.
it is a selfish take.
But like if you like cut the memories, like you take that loss for yourself,
Yeah.
and go like a happy me would be more beneficial for the kids than a depressed me who has the memories. The memories is just for you. Like your kids don't get these memories. Like you get these memories.
That
you know?
is- that
So
is
it's
an
like
absolutely
like
fair
to take the like I'll take the depressed me with the happy memories. The kids are definitely gonna pick up on the depressed you in a way. Versus like when you're a happy you, the
Yeah.
kids are gonna be they're definitely gonna enjoy you more
Yeah.
and pick up on like your happy tendencies and all these
There's
things.
such a strange balance between like what is better and like
Yeah.
in my life, like what is better between making myself a good person and making the people that I impact a good person.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially like with the world that we live in, you know, obviously I want to impact as many people as I can in a positive way.
Yeah.
And like that's not fucking easy, of course. But I think like I find a lot of mental peace as far as like making myself happy
Yeah.
will make me put on a positive like you were saying, put on a positive fucking front for a lot of other people to see. So it puts them in a lot better attitude. But like I feel
I
like
can see it.
it's so strange to think about what is the end result.
What you mean?
Well, like as far as like
What's like the results in the long run would probably influence
look, whenever I'm
your
dead and
decision
gone,
too.
because
Yeah.
at some point that's gonna happen. Maybe that's
Not me. I'm
tomorrow.
immortal.
Maybe that's true. Maybe that's 70 years from now. Like
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. None of this matters. Absolutely anything in this room. None of this matters. I don't know.
I feel like it
I
matters
know
a
that's
little
there's a word for that. What do you call that? Someone help me here.
pessimistic.
Yes, I'm pessimistic here. Where it's like,
Depressing.
yeah,
pretty
I know it's
depressing, yeah.
very dark. It's pessimistic.
Mental illness, isn't it?
In this.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. None of this matters. Jesus, man.
It's honest though. Like, dude, this world has been here for fucking hundreds of thousands of years.
Billions.
Like, you think that like someone in like when Henry Ford created the Ford.
What year was that?
Hang on. We really went
That
over
last
this.
time.
1889. But I don't
know if you're right.
I
or
don't
not.
think
I
when
just
you
asked
like
just
when the
because.
Model A came out, I don't think we looked that up. I think it was like when was the first automobile?
Yeah,
Like, we never found it. But anyways,
Yeah.
but it's like, did Henry Ford, as he looked like, he created the fucking Mustang and like Ford. Do we all worship him? No, we just buy his car on Sundays or Saturdays. It's like,
So you're
and then
saying
100 years from now, Tesla and like mechanical cars will override that, and they'll look at him as like an OG. And then 100 years from there, nobody will know who
So
he
you're
is.
saying that like at some point our impact on society or the world won't really matter, as far because like, you think
I'm
people will
saying
forget.
that. Yes, I am. Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree
Yes
with
and
you.
no.
I disagree with
That's
you.
okay.
It's like because it
I mean, it'll
affects things
affect lives,
culture.
for sure.
It
Yeah.
affects things culturally.
Yeah.
Individual lives, I don't know if it matters after a certain generation, but it definitely, if it impacts the culture, I think it definitely matters.
So I really like what I think what both of you are saying is accurate.
Yeah.
I think that what he's
Yeah.
saying is that
I agree with you.
Our,
though.
our,
I agree with
our
you.
influence isn't going to be like recognized in 500 years. Say we are the fucking biggest podcast in the world.
Yeah.
In 10 years,
And
which is going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
500
Already
years
there.
500
Yeah.
years from now, like that's not gonna matter. Like Joe Rogan is not even gonna be something that people talk about. Like,
Yeah.
think about someone. Name someone from 500 years ago.
Can't do it.
Don't want
500
It's
years
really
from now,
hard. It's really
it's
hard
the
to think of
Don't
that.
want
It's
to.
the
And then-
same thing.
And if I think of that, I'm gonna be like, I might be wrong on that though.
Oh, that's Christopher Columbus. He was a fucking
Asshole.
whatever.
Joan of
shitting
Arc.
on him, just shitting on him.
yeah,
That's us.
that's us.
That's us.
Exactly. But
If we
did-
make it that far.
But however, with what she, God, I stutter so fucking much.
I'm
With
the
what
worst.
she's saying.
I'm way worse.
I don't know, man. That was pretty.
I'm
bad.
better when
That
I'm
was-
drunk.
that was
That's
one-
the bad part. Like when I'm sober, I'm the most stuttering
I don't know,
motherfucker
man.
ever.
I've had 2 8.5s in fucking 45 minutes.
To be fair, have I been around you when you're sober?
Oh, God damn. You really just dropped a bomb.
Hold on. But for what
Yeah, you
but,
have.
But with
Today.
what she's saying.
I have.
But
yeah.
you made me think. That means
but
something.
with what she's saying, like
Fuck, I got a problem.
we're not gonna we might not be like remembered as far as
That's a
like
crack the beer.
in 500 in 500 years somebody's not gonna say, oh, remember fucking the Newsoms when they started the Brew Collar Podcast.
With
Nobody's
their
ever gonna
favorite
say that.
guest,
Even if we
Ducky
was-
Liberty.
Oh,
Even if
absolutely.
we was 60
cheers,
million.
cheers to Ducky Liberty.
Cheers.
Yeah, our favorite guest.
But like,
for sure.
but just like Ducky said, it's like we might affect the culture, and I feel like that is more important to me than like
I like that take too.
I think
Yeah.
I think
think
my
both
own,
of you are onto
and I think
something.
my own personal gain. You know, it really like today I competed in a tournament. Maybe I didn't want to compete because I hate losing more than I like winning.
Yeah.
I'm 100. I agree.
hate
I'm with
losing
you.
more than I like winning.
Yes,
and
I
that's
agree.
the pedigree of a champion. Like you're not gonna be a champion if you don't hate losing more than you love winning.
Right.
And I had to show, like, even my students were excited to watch me fight today. And I lost today. I played second, and I had a good fight. I feel like I did good.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's about like how I carry myself after I lose. You know, do I fucking pout and like, oh, throw my fucking pads, and I'm pissed off, and I'm like, that was bullshit, and like all that. I can do all
No,
that.
just leave that for League of Legends, man.
Yeah,
I'll do
slam
that-
that keyboard, baby.
I'll do that when I get home and I'll punch the fucking ball and drink a Monster and put my fucking hat on. Call myself
Chad.
Kyle.
You're Kyling.
I'm
it.
Kyle.
You're
Kyle.
Kyling out.
I'm Kyling out.
You're
Fuck.
Kyling out.
out.
Like I can do all that
Put
shit,
that on
but
a
like
t-shirt.
it's not like
Kyling
whenever
out, bruh.
I can, and I think that's a big part of like as a teacher, I feel like, or as a instructor, whatever the fuck you want to call me,
Yeah.
as a coach, I always preach those
A
words.
jabroni.
Oh yeah, that's definitely me, jabroni. Shut your mouth, you jabroni. And so like I always preach the words that like you can always bitch about what's going on negatively in your life,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, what the fuck did you do wrong to make that happen?
Yeah.
And I think that impact of like they might not remember me 500 years from now, but my
won't
goal,
remember any of us.
but my goal is to make the fucking cultural change in whatever I'm fucking doing.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
think,
no matter what it is I'm doing, is to make that cultural change 500 years from now, where they might be doing the shit because of the way I impacted it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it might not. They might not remember. But that's okay.
Does it matter if you do that or not? I think I agree with
To
what
me,
you
it
guys are
does.
saying, and I really like what both of you are saying. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, I could have if you do have the utmost like massive impact on society and culture, you do affect generations of people. I mean,
For
you,
sure.
you do. You definitely do. But like, I mean, after that, like, I mean, at the end of the day, does it really matter?
And then
And then what?
what was that from? Where's my car? Where they go up to the fucking Chinese restaurant.
No, that was from the
Let me get
bitch
and
at the
then-
Hardee's
and
off
then-
of River Road exit. No, it wasn't
Yeah.
River Road. It was
No, it's definitely like, dude, where's my car?
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it's dude's where's
It might have been.
dude
in
where's
there.
my car.
Because it's fucking Ashton Kutcher, and he's fucking talking to.
And then?
is that-
And then,
yeah,
And
and then, yeah,
And then-
I
No,
remember
no,
that.
and then.
No, really though, and then
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and then
And-
like
and
what?
Your life ends, and then.
So like at the end of the day, like I want to agree with you guys on that, and but at the end of the day, like I kind of have to go back to what I said of
Even if it doesn't make you, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I mean, it's just like I feel good about myself because I
I'm
made
with
a
you.
positive impact.
and I'm gonna side
For
with
sure.
you guys on this.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
at the end of the day-
cheers to this conversation. I like this shit.
At
This
the
is
end
some
of the
good
day,
shit.
does it really fucking matter?
There's gonna be a thing at the bottom of the
No.
video where it's like a cheers count.
Oh, it's all me. I just thought that. I just thought in my head it's like 7 of them.
but
I know
also-
she's laughing because she thought it too. I heard it. I heard it.
But
I
also,
fucking
like,
know.
that thought process of me, like my thought process of like none of this is gonna matter, kind of helps me just live my life in a more like comical way of, like, in a more like Chris Harris way. He's been on the podcast.
Yeah, I feel like it's easy for you to say that, but I don't think you live your life in a comical way.
I don't, but I'm very goofy and
I think like you
jovial. I'm very like
yeah, you are. I really appreciate that word. That was nice. I'm surprised
you're
you know
a
what that
guy
word
that's
means.
like
thanks.
the vibes are good. We're gonna keep it good, and that's
me.
it. That's Shawn Newsom.
When you hang
Shawn
out here-
Newsom, good vibes.
I don't
you hang
think-
on me, it's gonna be a good time.
I will say I feel like you've definitely been more philosophical lately.
I have for sure.
And I don't think that really ties into that Chris Harris, which Chris Harris has
doesn't.
been more that way too, though.
He has.
Shout out to Chris Harris. We need to have him on here again.
We will.
Have you ever met Chris Harris?
I-
It's got to happen. You would
I-
love that
I
motherfucker. He's
think I
hilarious.
have. I'm not sure. Listen. I met Rhett, and then I forgot who the hell he was like 5
See,
times.
That was the night.
Shout out Rhett.
That was
I'm
that
so
was the
sorry.
night. Chris was there that night, and
What?
Alex Meese.
No, wait.
No, there was
It was a UFC
no,
fight.
there was a different night
No,
that I
it was
did
the
not
same
know.
night. It was the
It
same
was the
night.
same night.
sure?
Alex Meese, Chris Harris, and
It was house full because I remember.
it was so full, and you were
because
passed
I
out on the
remember where I
couch.
was when I turned around and looked at you.
Oh, no,
That
there
was
was-
before you got the orange
no.
couch down there.
There
They were
was
sitting
a-
on the couch watching the UFC fight. It was
had the
Israel
orange couch.
Adesanya and
She was
someone
asleep
else.
on the orange couch. She was asleep on the brown couch.
And who was Israel Adesanya and somebody else fighting that night?
Jan Blachowicz.
That's exactly the fucking
Listen,
fight.
no.
Damn.
There was a night after that I was
gotta
that
say that.
Rhett came over and he was like going to give me a hug and I'm like, oh hi, I'm Liberty's wife. He's like,
I
I
met you.
know, I've met you before, and I'm
Rhett
like,
is the coolest fucking dude.
oh, he's a very sweet guy.
Very
Very
sweet guy.
sweet guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So we were talking. You've kind of criticized on our lack of anime knowledge.
Not criticizing.
No, you really haven't criticized. I'm
Not
kind of being colorful
criticizing.
here, but
like,
I was kind of interested in because this podcast doesn't get enough of that side.
yeah.
And I want to have that there for people who are interested in that kind
Yeah,
of side. So,
definitely.
like, what are those, like, you recommended, I know you might not remember what you
Yeah.
commented 30 episodes ago
Yeah.
or whatever it was of your
Yeah.
top 5 animes, but for me, the one that gets recommended the most,
Yeah.
I might have told you, but I don't know if you can guess. Can you guess what?
One Punch Man, because you've mentioned it on the podcast several times.
That's probably last week. Sorry, guys. But yeah,
Well, no, you've
I
mentioned
did
it
mention
in
last
other
week.
episods too.
Yeah.
So One Punch Man is good.
Is it that
admittedly.
good?
It's pretty good. So if anything, it's so satirical, right?
Okay.
You have this like super powerful character that just shows up after like 5 episodes of filler, and it's like
So he
It's-
randomly shows up, kind of?
not really randomly, but it like takes him forever to get there.
So, like, there'll be, like, death and destruction, and then finally he shows up, and you're like, fuck yeah, here we go. This is about to
No,
get
it's not.
this whoop ass.
It's
Oh, it's
not.
time.
It's not whoop ass. It's like, god damn it! Now now it's about
It's
to
about to
fucking
be
end.
over.
So, I mean,
That's an interesting take on, like,
one.
on
Well,
that, I
Danny
feel like.
adores One Punch Man.
okay.
I
I feel like all people who love anime do.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Okay.
It's becoming a cult classic, and I can respect it. Attack on Titan is becoming a cult classic. I can respect it. I can't handle Attack on
I feel
Titan.
like Attack on
admittedly.
Titan is beyond a cult classic at this point. Like, everybody, like, if you watch anime, you love Attack on Titan. Like, that's beyond
No,
a cult classic.
I've seen people who hate Attack on
Really?
Titan. But then again, they hate Attack on Titan because the creator, they accuse him of having very, I don't know the word for this, but like, he's definitely like pro World War II, where Japan was apparently.
Okay.
So they compare it to Nazis. Apparently,
Really?
apparently, I don't have the full scope
Do you
on
buy
that.
into stuff like that? Like, I know, like, stuff that you, like, really indulge in. Like, I feel like, and I don't want to, like, enter this world because we're not, like, we don't really talk politics on this
Right,
podcast.
right.
But, you know, there's a lot of pushback on, like, the Harry Potter situation and the transgender situation. I know you're very supportive of LGBTQ.
Yeah,
But you also play Harry Potter. Like,
yeah,
I saw a person on my podcast the other day, or not my podcast, sorry, but my social media feed who said that, and they're transgender, and they said that I have a friend, like they posted that if you bought the Harry Potter game and you said you support me, you don't support me.
So
And I'm kind of curious because you're like one of the close friends that I have that
yeah,
like who are the most supportive in
Yeah.
LGBTQ, and you kind of like you've
it's
not to sell you out. I'm sorry
No,
if I
no,
just
that's
sold you
fine.
out, but we can edit this
no,
out. We
that's
need to.
fine. It's heartbreaking for me.
I didn't expect
truly.
to walk into this conversation.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
either. But we were talking. Hey, just go ahead. Sorry.
It's heartbreaking for me, honestly, because I grew up with Harry Potter. Right?
I did too.
So when my mom was being deployed into Operation Iraqi Freedom, like right after the Twin Towers fell and stuff like that,
Okay.
her gift to me was 2 books. It was A Series of Unfortunate Events, which
Jiminy Snickets.
Lemony Snicket, but close.
Close.
Enough.
Fucking
Dumb
close.
motherfucker.
Not bad for
No.
a person who doesn't know shit about
Listen.
that.
Not bad for doesn't know
Listen.
shit. A person who doesn't know shit. Stop.
No,
Okay,
a
fair.
lot of people have called it Jiminy Snicket, and like
Shickets.
honestly, as long as you called it Snicket, whatever. But that and Harry Potter, and Harry Potter was super influential to me while my mom was deployed and stuff like that.
Okay.
I just delved into books. Like I was that person with a book in front of my face. I got bullied a little bit for
I
it.
feel like we all did, right? Like everybody got a little taste of bullying, whether
Yeah,
you
for sure.
witnessed it or you fucking was the
Yeah, for sure.
victim
For
of
sure.
it.
Yeah, you were bullied or bullied, but I was definitely bullied. But Harry Potter was so influential to me, and like,
In what ways, if you don't mind?
it was just comfort for me, especially when I was
A way to
being-
kind of escape and get away.
yeah, because you've met my dad. You've
Right.
both met my dad,
Right.
and he
Great
has
guy.
introduced. Thank you.
Great guy.
He adores you guys. He has introduced me to so much fantasy, like media and stuff like that, that it's just like that's what I dive into, especially like when I hit like a lull and stuff like that. But Harry Potter to me was like I was being bullied. I was in a whole ass different country. We were stationed in Germany while my mom was deployed.
What was it like over there? Sorry, not to deviate from.
No, that's fine. It was beautiful over there.
I'll find out in about 10 days.
Oh, what part of Germany are you going to?
Munich.
Munich's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Hit up our boy Brett Meese.
I already have. He lives an hour away from Innsbruck, Austria, which is where
Get
the
it?
tournament
He got
is.
fucking. He
Nice.
got a fucking car.
Oh, he's already told me where the fuck I need to go eat and what I need to eat in
Yeah.
Munich, and
No.
then what I need to drink and eat in
Fucking
Austria.
buzzkill.
I know. I'm excited to
What a
be.
fucking
I would love to
buzzkill.
fucking see him out there, but
Yeah.
Keep
We
going.
were in the Frankfurt Wiesbaden area, right? We were like
Wiesbaden.
we were near the military base, and my mom got us from the airport, and then like a month later she was like deployed and stuff like that. So like I didn't have any friends other than my brother and sister.
Damn.
So I'm in a whole ass new country with my dad, my brother and sister, and I have like 0 friends for like 2 years. So yeah, I'm gonna dive into this book. And being someone that supports the LGBT, J.K. Rowling sucks.
I understand.
J.K. Rowling sucks. How can you tell me that there is a series that like all these magical things can happen? You can turn yourself into a fucking animal, but you don't accept that like people want to be a different gender? Like, fuck you.
And I really feel like the Harry Potter books, they really like kind of were for people that were like, I feel fucking like alone and like
It's kind of true.
I feel
yeah.
like a little
Yeah.
bit like off to the side because that was the whole point.
Yeah, the acceptance.
Like, yeah, exactly. Acceptance was the
Yeah.
whole fucking
Acceptance
thing.
was a
Yeah, for
huge
sure.
theme in the books for me, and like it's heartbreaking for me because I have played the game.
Right. It
Right.
looks fucking
It looks fucking awesome. Yeah.
awesome. It looks
it's,
awesome.
It's a very fun game. As someone who's non-binary, I have to separate the fact that J.K. Rowling is a piece of shit.
yeah.
I have to separate that because this was a game that was so like a series that was so
I
influential.
was a part
to
of that.
me.
I read the first 4.
Yeah, I
we got
I
up
was
at the house.
I was
Yeah.
going I was
Yeah.
going back and forth on it, right? Because I was like, Danny, I don't want to buy the game. I don't want to buy the game. Like I was in tears because I was like, I don't want to buy the game because of J.K. Rowling, but I want to play this game so bad. And then I was watching YouTube, and there's this guy on YouTube and Twitch, I think, Asmongold. Is he on Twitch too?
I'm not sure who that is, honestly.
So he's a big streamer, and
It sounds like a fucking great name that kind of rolled off the tongue.
Yeah.
It like kind of
Asmongold.
satisfied my ears.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
very-
I really
he
like
definitely-
that.
he definitely streams like World of Warcraft, right?
Okay, so I
And,
definitely know.
Leroy. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Who is the tank?
But he was definitely like, fuck you guys. Like this was very influential to people. J.K. Rowling has already made her money. Think about it. This series came out in 1992.
Oh, I remember the first Harry Potter game. That shit was fucking golden.
Sorcerer's Stone, baby.
That was so fucking good. I can still picture fucking Hagrid's beard.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Fun fact, did you know that in the U.S. it's called Sorcerer's Stone because in the U.K. they thought Americans were too stupid to know what a philosopher was?
Oh,
That doesn't surprise me.
doesn't surprise me.
So
But-
did you know there's a porn called The Sorcerer's Bone? I don't know. I just made that. I just made that up. I made that up. I don't know.
I like it.
I
I
was
like
not
where this is going.
surprised.
Second porn reference.
Make some more up.
second porn reference.
But I mean, it's kind of heartbreaking because like I just want to play video games, man. I just want to play video games. I don't want to have that argument of you're a piece of shit because J.K. Rowling made money off of you. J.K. Rowling has made money off of me since I was able to buy my own stuff.
J.K. Rowling is,
And it was before she.
100%
J.K. Rowling. You know what?
Already
You
made.
know where she got her last name from? She's rolling in the fucking money.
Bro.
For real. She is though.
It's okay to laugh.
Listen.
Anybody? Tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
She's been making so much money. She is a billionaire.
Fuck.
She's already making money.
Here's
She's
my-
already
here's
making
my
money.
To put it in perspective for billions,
Yeah.
But here's my thing. It's like, whether you buy that game or not
Yeah.
is not affecting her at all.
No.
She could stop sales today on that game and I mean, it's not going to matter. She's already a
But I will
fucking
say, I
billionaire.
get like that kind of point of view more now because like as a person considering yourself, like you like really fucking enjoyed, like you loved what she was putting out as a book.
Yeah.
Because you really felt that as far as like acceptance or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Even if not at the time you didn't feel that in like the way you do now, but
Right.
like look at like, and then now it's like, was she just writing all that? Like, why was she writing all that? Like,
Right.
maybe she didn't mean all the shit she meant, or that I thought she meant in that time whenever I was
Right.
reading it, and like it really makes you very conflicted because
Yeah. But
fuck.
I mean, I ended up buying the game anyway, and I'm playing the game and stuff like that. And if I don't support LGBT to you because I bought a fucking video game,
Then fuck you.
Then fuck you.
That's how I feel too. Because I think that like, I'm with you. I definitely support LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
And LGBTQT, help me here. What's that?
Plus.
Plus.
I like it. I like the plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the thing. It's like, if you, oh man, here we go.
oh,
if
here's
you-
the alcohol.
We
talking.
don't
He
have
forgot.
to go into
No,
this
no, we're already
subject.
here.
Yeah.
We're already here.
Oh man, I know where he's going.
so it's
here.
like, I
It's
feel like
the
it's a,
cheeseburger fry. It's the cheeseburger chicken fingers thing.
what you mean?
You brought it up before on the podcast.
Cheeseburger chicken? Oh,
Maybe it wasn't cheeseburger. Maybe it wasn't chicken.
This seems like a more fun subject. Not gonna lie.
let's go on. Let's go
Well,
there.
there was one time you said, I honestly don't remember what the fuck you went with this, but you're talking about like if you like one thing, some people don't like fucking
Oh, you mean my
cheeseburgers.
relative, like as far as like racial things to food? Like, I go
that's
there
what.
sometimes
Yeah, that's
where
what
it's
it
like,
was. No, I don't think it was a racial thing. I think it was as far as sexual preference thing.
oh,
but
same thing.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
same
yeah.
thing.
Same,
Like,
same
you can,
situation.
you like, it's okay. It's okay for me to think that like men's sex is disgusting, but it's
Yeah.
also okay for you to think that it's okay.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. Like everybody has a sexual preference. Everybody has a food preference. Like
Yeah.
I think okra's nasty. You think
You think okra's
Oh,
nasty?
I actually don't. Actually,
upset. I was a little upset.
I'm
by
sorry.
that.
I
I'm
was like,
sorry. Not to
Has
confuse
this
anybody.
bitch not had fried
I
okra?
actually really love fried okra. I was just kind of like playing the game here. I love okra every way I can get it. Unfried, boiled. Actually
In a
not boiled.
fucking
I don't think
soup.
In a
Can I get a beer?
I don't even
Not
know
the
where we're at
8.5.
right now. Not the Voodoo Ranger.
Not the fucking freaking nature.
I got you.
That's fine. Yeah, I guess.
Actually, can I get that Dr. Dink? That blue
Is
one.
it better?
Yeah, I think so. Can't do that.
The pernicious you. Yeah. Okay. Damn. Wrong. Okay. So here's my thing with the whole.
okay.
I feel like it's just selfish ass to ask someone who is, like you literally just said, someone who has built a childhood and has found comfort
Yeah.
in the Harry Potter books, in the Harry Potter world. Two things can be true. You can think that J.K. Rowling is a piece of shit, and you can relax on the weekends and play Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Those two things can exist.
I
It
agree.
doesn't have to go to the extreme of one or the extreme of the other.
Well, and I think and me and you have talked about this before. I think that one thing you brought up that really stuck with me is that we support so many fucking things that are really shitty, or so many things that were brought up by people that are shitty. Like our fucking iPhones. This is something that he specifically refers to. This is like a huge product of fucking Chinese slavery.
Yeah.
Like
no one is
it.
boycotting that. No one's boycotting that.
Like
so
it's
the child labor that
because no one
literally
cares.
builds
at the end of the day, we can talk about all the shit that's fucked up, but also at the end of the day, we're gonna do what supports us the best.
Yeah. How many racist ass white dudes have we given money to that we don't even know we've given money to?
Listen,
We're doing it right now by making a podcast.
I mean,
Probably.
But the problem is, we're not doing it for them. We're doing it for us.
The beers, the drinks, the fucking Funko Pop, the stickers.
Yeah.
The
Okay, hold on.
tables.
These two, I bought them in Italy.
Okay, these two are excluded. They're probably white Italians.
These motherfuckers were like $7 a piece.
Yeah, white Italians probably made these, but just saying. In America,
That's
it's
why
like
Jimi Hendrix looks like that.
Everything in here is probably.
And that's why Jimi Hendrix looks like shit. And
He looks like Prince, and he looks like fucking Adam's Family.
yeah.
He kind of does.
There was a quote that was like, "There's no conscious, God, what is it? Basically, there's no safe way to buy something in capitalism and stuff like that because, like, at this point, you're lining someone's pockets." Either way,
I'm perfectly fine with capitalism.
In the middle of her saying that, I felt a little bit of joy because she forgot what she was saying, and I was like, "Motherfucker, it's alcohol."
I literally just did it earlier. I need help from you guys.
It made me so happy.
What are we talking about? Someone help me, save me.
Listen, words don't come to me very
Words
often.
don't.
But, like,
words.
But I mean, another thing that like breaks my heart about like the Hogwarts Legacy thing is that like people have been ran off of stream, right? There was this one YouTuber called Girlfriend Reviews. She literally did a stream with her boyfriend. Her job is literally to review video games, and they ran her off stream. Like, you can find it where she just runs off stream crying. There's another VTuber that I think her name was like Pick-a-Me or something like that. She announced that she wanted to play the game. Not that she was going to, but that she wanted to play the game.
They gave her hell about it?
They gave her so much hell that she's...
Sorry, you're shitty. If you're giving someone hell about that, you're a shitty human being.
No. She's retiring. She is stopping her whole VTuber career.
Man.
Just...
Fuck, man.
The fact that you're, like, demoralizing people... Like, wait, here's my thing. Is like... And I'm about to get... I'm, like, getting kind of fired up about this now because...
Yeah.
Water?
Yeah. Actually, I don't have a water, but we can take a break here.
I'm good.
Is that... Here we go. I lost my take.
Sorry. I had to do it.
Is that
the Stanley Cup?
That's the Stanley Cup? Is that what you call it? It's the Stanley mug.
It's literally straight Stanley. Not a sponsor, by the way. I'm gonna blur that out.
Hashtag could be a sponsor.
I love the pettiness.
That's the energy.
Hashtag could be a sponsor. I like
Hashtag
that. Cheers.
could be a sponsor.
Number 8. That's number 8. Cheers. Number 8.
Hashtag this could be you. Like this could be you, like floating around.
No, we would have ad reads. Come on.
What are we talking about?
We will soon.
We definitely will. I'm
I don't know what you're talking about. Fuck.
Okay.
It got so much worse. I made it worse.
I will say, you're going to hear it from me as someone from the queer community. This is nothing but making people hate the queer community more. I'm going to say it straight up because, like,
I've always said that the queer community is, I'm not trying to cut you off. Hold your thought. Like, don't even hear what I'm saying. Hold your thought.
Okay.
I've always said that, like, the queer community, the way they're going about this is very regressive, not progressive. I think that, like, if you want people to really take you in and accept
you can pause there. You can pause there because she just has the fucking...
Go ahead.
It's about to explode. Her brain's going to explode.
I'm 100% agreeing.
Yeah, it's regressive.
Because, like...
It's not progressive
as a queer person, the queer community is just self-imploding on itself.
It is, 100%.
Ever since
and I support them.
This
is the sad part.
The Twitter woke thing and stuff like that.
Weird.
It's so self-imploding.
It's like, fucking self-absorbed weirdness.
Listen, queer people think that they're on the verge of getting their rights taken away from them and stuff like that. Yeah, because of shit like this. Leave people the fuck alone. Listen, when I met Danny, I probably would have been like, yeah, fuck you if you buy J.K. Rowling stuff, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm just like, man, I just want to be left alone. I just want to play my video games.
I really like the South Park blah, blah, blah.
But also, though, in a way, I mean, what was the Roe versus Wade situation that just happened? That's very regressive. in my eyes, as far as the like if I'm looking in the eyes of a
I think that's just white men telling women what to do.
Maybe,
but
that
I'm not really trying to get into that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll
be honest.
We
So
can-
like
we can
episode
edit
maybe
that
like 4,
we talked about
almost
this.
got into this and we
Yes.
didn't. He stopped me, so I'm stopping you.
Yeah.
I owed you the
Cheers.
favor. Cheers, man.
I don't like to get
It was
into
your
stuff like
hey.
this.
It's the first time I didn't
Yeah.
bring up a cheers in this one. Number 9.
Anyways.
Yeah, we don't need to
please
get
do
into
a
that.
counter
But
at the bottom.
it might be number
Yeah,
9.
the counter D&D baby.
Just a reminder that this Brew Collar Podcast is performed in front of a live audience.
It is. No laugh. Where's the laugh?
The laugh track.
in the back. Maybe you're not as funny as you think you are.
Oh,
You seen
man.
that with Key and Peele?
That is my biggest fear, that I am not as funny as I think I am.
I'm
That
going to tell you
every-
right now, you are 100%.
Listen,
are, for sure.
My biggest fear is that people just tolerate me and they laugh at my jokes because they love my husband. That's my biggest fear.
Okay,
I want to say that
let's
this
stop.
this might be one of the smoothest podcasts we've ever had.
It's definitely
Like,
very.
there's never
smooth.
been like a pause. Like there was like one tiny pause, and
Yeah.
it flowed right into a new conversation. It's been perfect.
It's called ADHD. And there's 3 of us.
We went
She's
from.
like,
What
"These
was the first part of our
motherfuckers."
conversation?
Yeah, we don't remember. We're just
It was
going.
it was a rabbit. It was a rabbit chase. Definitely.
Yeah,
It is.
there's
is
a
for
reason
sure.
why this is the smoothest podcast because we're going 100
We all
miles an
share
hour.
the same disabilities.
This is so much.
It's so exciting, though. I love this shit. This is fucking awesome. This is why we've been so excited to have you on the podcast.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm excited. To
We
hear
knew
that.
you were ADHD with us.
Yeah, for sure.
Did
No,
you hear? Did you hear what
seriously.
Danny said earlier today about not getting clapped for?
What do you say? No, I didn't hear that.
You know how stories go whenever the person laughs before they can even fucking tell it, and they try to tell it
So-
again, and they laugh again.
There was someone performing at the oh god, what's his name? He was doing the musical performance and stuff like that. And,
Oh,
the
determined
special needs
Yeah.
kid. Yeah.
and Danny was like, "No one clapped for me when I found out I was autistic," and I was like,
I ain't gonna lie. I was there. I heard it and I laughed my ass off.
I was on the verge of crying, and I'm like, "Danny, we're going to
No.
hell. We are going to hell,
No one clapped
Oh,
for me
man.
when I
Oh,
found out
God.
I was autistic.
bro."
Was that the words he used?
That is exactly
That
the
is
words
the
he used.
exact words
I
he
remember.
used.
Yeah. He looked at me and goes, "No one clapped for me." He might have told you.
Yeah.
But
And
anyway,
then he
oh, when I came, he goes,
Oh,
"No one clapped
fuck.
for me when I found out I was autistic."
Listen. So I
man.
remember I remember telling
Oh my
doctor,
god.
I remember telling my doctor, like, "Hey, I think I might have ADHD," you know, and I was talking about some of the things, and like my dad is diagnosed with ADHD and, you know, stuff like that. So I was talking about him, and he goes, "Well, you know, Ducky, autism is a very wide spectrum." How did we get here? And he was like,
I didn't
he's
bring
like-
that up.
And he's like,
Autism? Who said anything about autism?
well, I mean, and like I've talked to my dad about it, and he's like, yeah, apparently my therapist thinks I'm autistic too. Apparently the Venn diagram for autism and ADHD is almost a circle. And I'm like, wow.
What if?
Well,
okay, I'm gonna throw.
I will
throw a
say-
quick.
I
go
mean,
ahead. Go ahead.
everyone has a
say,
little bit of autism.
I was looking.
if
I
it is
agree.
a spectrum.
I
agree.
looked at
It
some
is
of
a
the symptoms.
spectrum.
I literally said that to
agree 100%.
Travis, who I want to have on the fucking podcast at some point. That's my student Turtle.
Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah.
He will be on this podcast probably after Austria. It might be this month.
Turtle's such a sweet kid.
Dude, he's fucking. He's,
So
he's,
re-
he's
so
awesome, man.
respectful.
That kid is 13.
He's 13. He's 5'11", 140 pounds.
God.
That kid might be taller than 5'11".
And you know why? And you know why he's 140 pounds? Because he has to make weight for Austria.
Destroy those kids.
I can't wait for Nashville because he's gonna be able to
They're
just
lean.
eat whatever the fuck he wants.
God.
But
That kid.
I was talking to his dad, and I looked at Turtle said some stupid shit. I look at him and I go, "Are you retarded?" And he's like, he just pauses, and I look at his dad and I go, "But then again, like, we're all like a little autistic."
Yeah.
I was like, "We're all a little
It's true.
autistic."
It's true.
If
And he
autism-
goes, "Yeah, we're all on the spectrum for sure."
Listen, if it's a spectrum, then everyone has a little
no
bit,
shit.
little bit of.
But I was looking
autism.
into like what some of the symptoms are, and like
It's
some-
very
some-
broad.
something I saw was talking with your hands, and I go,
Well, now I'm gonna
I was like, I was like,
Talking with your hand.
and I was like, oh God, I thought I was autistic before.
So everyone,
Hey guys,
so everyone in New Jersey.
you're on the Brew Collar Podcast right now. Like, what's going on? Talking with your hands.
No,
So-
like
sign
doing like
language.
this.
What's going on?
Like,
Okay.
so
Jesus
everyone in
Christ.
New
So
Jersey.
I'm autistic.
so
Got it.
Sean's retarded.
The fuck? Talking with your hands. Is this a Muppet show?
Can I put a sock on it at least first? This is Bo Burnham inside.
Can I get a sock first? Fuck.
I can imagine like announcing to everyone in like New Jersey or like the Bronx that like talking with your hands.
Do it. Give me a Bronx impersonation, please.
I don't have a Bronx impersonation.
No, do it. You
Hold
gotta
on.
do it now.
So I was talking to Betty the other day, and I was telling him, I'm not gonna marry your cousin Vinny. I'm in love with
fuck.
Benny.
My cousin Vinny.
Bro, I love that movie so
Oh,
much.
good. Cheers. Number 10.
Cheers.
We're just doing it for the bit at this point.
So I was talking to Veronica the other day.
It sounds like you ever seen Ted?
I think I have.
So in Ted is fucking Mark Wahlberg and
Yeah.
What's his
Yeah.
What's the dipshit's name that does
Seth MacFarlane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays Ted and is Mila Kunis's Mark Wahlberg's girlfriend or fiance,
Or
whatever.
was
the
it
fuck it is.
Amanda Seyfried? I thought Amanda Seyfried was in the movie. Not
No, it's Mila
Kunis.
Kunis. It's Mila Kunis.
Okay.
Mila Kunis is Mark Wahlberg's girlfriend.
Gotcha.
I think it might be fiance, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And but Ted is the fucking teddy bear, and he's dating some bitch from the fucking Bronx, like. And Mark Wahlberg's like, God, dude, just that accent is like, it sounds like a dude. Like, there's no way you can't tell me that like fucking New York accent doesn't sound like a man.
Well, okay, so
That's what that reminded me of.
yeah. So I was talking to Danny about Wolf of Wall Street because like I watched it with him one time, right? And he was like, "Oh, well, I found this like video with Margot Robbie about how she did the accent because she's Australian and stuff like
Right.
that. How is she so good at that accent?" And they were telling her to talk like she's like drying her nail polish or whatever, and then that's how she got the act. I don't know what that was.
That
but
was
it definitely
that
not.
Was it. No, that was it. But like, I don't know what you mean by like drying her nail polish.
So the way she moved her hands, it's like she's like,
Oh, you mean like as far as
dry-
physically like doing
like
it?
physically.
I thought like the accent. Whenever you said that, I was
So
like,
I was
what the fuck
talking
do you
to
mean
Betty
by
and
like?
Veronica, like I'm drying my nails and stuff.
No,
like that.
yeah, I got that. I follow now. Yeah.
That's
going.
probably my favorite thing. I think my next character for D&D is just gonna be like this mom that's like, so I was talking to my husband Asmund
I
the
love
other
it.
day,
I love it too.
Just talk like that for the rest of the
So can we-
I love
And
the
we-
New York.
and we have
We've already done this.
several
Sorry,
children.
we've already been
here.
I have one that made a deal with the devil. I had another one that made a deal with a god. You know,
That's
Can we talk about Margot Robbie for a second?
yes, we
Oh,
can.
Jeez Louise.
We can absolutely
Jeez,
talk about Margot Robbie.
say "Jeez Louise" in your northern accent.
She's Louise.
I love
I'm really
it. I love
upset
it.
that
Now I
in
feel
Wolf
like-
of Wall Street they didn't show her pussy.
I'm very upset about that too. But you know, cheers to that.
Cheers. Oh, there he is, number 11. There it is.
Cheers to that. Yeah,
They should have. They definitely should have.
Yeah.
And you know, mommy's
That would've
just
been
not
great.
wearing any panties.
God.
She
Fuck.
dumped a bucket of water on his head. Who the fuck is? Who you Al? Who the fuck? Who?
This is so
God damn.
good. This is fucking hilarious.
No,
movie.
speaking of actresses that we enjoy, Anna Taylor-Joy.
oh,
Beautiful.
man. So
She's
the
a-
menu. She's in the menu. We gotta watch it.
Yeah, so
We gotta watch it.
Oddly attractive.
she has this very
Definitely from the Queen's Gambit. She was attractive.
ethereal face. That's the way I describe it. She does not look
good adjective.
human, but in a very pretty way. You know what I
100%,
mean?
yeah. She's
She
oddly
looks
beautiful.
like an elf.
Yeah, she's oddly.
She
does
looks
look an
she
elf.
looks like an elf, and I love it. Not like Buddy the elf, but like
Elf.
Lord of the Rings elf. That's what I imagine.
like a Legolas.
Yes.
Legolas?
Legolas.
Am I slurring?
Is that?
I'm definitely slurring.
So you mean
but
like
is Legolas the
paraplegic, like legless?
Legless.
Legolas.
I don't think she's legless.
Legless. Lego. Legolas. Say that 10
Oh,
times.
Leg-
Legoless, like my kids because I'm poor. They are Legoless. Sorry, tough crowd.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Sometimes
Oh,
your
God.
mom, bro.
Sometimes you bomb, man. Sometimes
But
you
no,
bomb.
The Witch.
The Vavitch.
The
I-
Vavitch.
Vavitch.
The Witch.
I remember showing you that Danny accidentally bought me 2 copies of the script and stuff like that.
Dude,
It's
I
like
love seeing
it's like
scripts.
a hard.
I love
It's a
seeing scripts.
hardcover of the script that
Oh,
he
it's so
bought from
cool.
A24.
It's so cool, dude.
I have one that's
It's so
still in
cool.
plastic.
I'm not following what the fuck's going on.
Oh,
Right
so
now.
the movie, the Vavitch or Witch
Oh,
or
so
whatever.
she bought you
the script.
Yeah.
They.
Danny, they?
He accidentally bought 2 copies of the script and
For the
for
Vavitch.
yeah.
Okay.
It was like for my birthday or for
the
anniversary.
Witch.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, right. I just like to say
But-
it. But the cover looks like the
It
Vavitch.
does
It's
look
2
like the
V's.
Vavitch.
It's 2
Yeah,
V's.
it's 2 V's.
Shout out Jeremiah. He's the one that made that joke. I just told it.
But one of them is still in plastic, and the other one I just pull out when I'm like, I just want to read the script. I don't want to
It's
watch
a
the movie. I want to read the
Dark
script.
fucking script, man.
I would say
It's
there's only
very
one
dark.
script I've ever read, and it's Storm of the Century. Stephen
Really?
King.
You read
Stephen
that?
King.
Really?
Well, his book, Storm of the Century, was the script.
Yeah.
He wrote the book first
Ah.
as a script.
Okay, that's how Stephen King. He's like that.
And so I read that, and I was like,
He's a
huh.
fucking genius.
And I was like, maybe I should watch the fucking film.
Yeah.
And then, so I was actually watching the Chappelle Show last night,
Nice.
and he's on Chappelle Show talking about how like it's like a super fucking ridiculous racial
Stephen
thing.
King.
Yeah, Stephen King's on there talking about. And I look up and I'm like, is that Stephen King? And he's talking about some ridiculous racial thing, like, of course, like black people want to be with black people, and like it's like and like Chappelle put it in there as a fucking like he knows what he's doing, and Stephen King is like, oh yeah, I'll be a part of a bit. Like it's genius. I fucking love that though. Like the guy that can write phenomenal horror and psychological thriller,
Yeah.
who also has like a sense of comedy.
I like that too.
That's
I
good.
really do like
That's really
that
good.
too.
Listen, I've seen pictures of manga artists that draw.
What's
like,
a manga?
Manga's
That's the fruit, right?
huh? Okay.
That's
I
the
get what
fruit.
you're saying.
You're
So,
back.
like,
The crowd
so,
might
like-
be.
The live audience.
I'm
Just give
with
us a
you.
laugh track.
The,
Yeah.
the live audience.
You
is
can say
shaking
the
their head.
word. Say the word.
Manga.
No, the word that you're doing right now.
Oh, cheers.
Oh yeah, number 12.
Oh, okay.
It's not me, baby. Let's go.
You got the first 11.
So
Sorry.
manga is to anime as
First nine.
comic books is to superhero movies.
But it's
and stuff like that.
backwards.
Okay, I got
kind
You
you.
of.
read it right to left.
Yeah, well, they write.
Do you?
They write from the right to the left. Yes.
That's some left-handed shit. They're all left-handed.
No, I don't
that's
know about
majority.
That's some incel shit. They're trying to be different.
But majority, I mean, if you're gonna write like that,
You like that, don't you?
it
that.
only-
I'm not like other countries.
I mean, it only
I'll
makes
write
sense.
right to left.
No. Seriously, it only makes sense that like if you're gonna write from right to left, that like you don't get the ink on your
Listen,
right hand.
You might be
as-
right.
As
Okay,
you
you
write.
might be onto something.
Yeah,
I think
if
you
you're
are onto
right,
something, and
because
that-
left-handed people in America, when they write from left to right,
they
they
get
get all the
and
ink
stuff.
on their left
Yeah,
hand because they're
bro.
moving through their
You might be
writing.
onto something.
Yeah.
But what's it called? No, I've seen some manga artists. Junji Ito is like very prolific in his horror manga and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he is just like the bubbliest person in the world. He's just like,
Give me an
Excuse me.
impersonation.
no, I can't do an impersonation.
Okay, can you
of
give
him.
me an impersonation of Mr. Bean?
No, that is 100%.
Because your husband did.
Please do
My
it. Just
husband did.
please do it.
But I got a feeling
this
you
happen.
can do it.
I feel like you know it better. Yeah, I think you know it better.
I would have to watch like
Okay.
10
Okay,
minutes
I like
of
that.
it.
She needs some.
I'm
I,
gonna
I
say.
need, I need to watch it first
you
because
know.
and
Your
maybe
husband's
this is a little bit of
was-
autism, but
I will
like
say your
I used
husband's
to,
is good.
Yeah,
As
I
Will
used to
Ritchie would say,
mimic a-
chef's kiss.
As your
Yeah.
husband would say, wait, no, as Will would
Will
say,
Real Rich
your
would
husband
say.
is loose.
Dang, Danny, you loose?
Danny's pretty fucking loose.
He
He's
helped.
loose.
He's pretty fucking loose.
No, what's it called?
It's a good adjective.
But no, Junji Ito is just like this very bubbly person. He's like, yeah, I love the Beatles, and he's like sunshine and rainbows and stuff like that. Hayao Miyazaki, you know the Studio Ghibli movies like Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away. You probably don't.
I don't either. So
But they're
say y'all.
very whimsical anime movies. Like they're very, very soft, comforting movies. And
Yeah,
like
right.
Hayao Miyazaki is just like, I hate the fucking Beatles. And he's
Me
talking
too.
I'm
he's talking
listening.
about
I'm just kidding.
he's like human beings are cursed and like such emo shit. And then he just draws like the most cutesy, whimsical shit.
I like
and
that.
I fucking love it.
I like that.
I fucking love it.
I do too. Yeah.
I feel like that's like kind of the opposite of like a lot of the '90s artists who like
Had those one-hit wonders.
yeah, like Third Eye Blind specifically.
Well, Third Eye Blind had like 5 hits. They
and
have
guess what? All their hits are fucking. I wish you was the back
Yeah.
front, and it's always fucking a dude jumping off of a cliff,
Yeah.
or a dude just addicted to meth, or like
suicide or something.
it's
like
like
that.
super dark shit, but they're like
I mean,
super
it's like
happy
it's
lyrics.
like Danny said. You don't want to write shit, but you definitely want to write about something.
You don't want to write shit, but you want to write
it's
shit.
just
People
so-
write what they can relate to.
It's just
Good
something
writing
that-
is what you're
okay,
relating
just go
to.
ahead and quote Beck.
We always do. I mean, it's
Go
true.
ahead,
Though.
do it again.
Yeah, you can't write if you can't relate. I
That's
mean, we
true,
all know
yeah.
it's true though.
That's true.
Heard.
If you're,
It's true,
if you,
man.
if it's, I mean, if that's not true, then you have 25 writers in your fucking Beyonce.
You can't write
Yeah.
if you can't.
We all
write.
know it's true.
Yeah.
Like Beyonce has multiple writers. She can sing phenomenally. Phenomenally.
Phenomenally.
And then she has, she looks the part.
South
She looks
Park.
beautiful. She has all the dancers behind her. The music's playing, but she has 20 writers behind her.
All
We
right.
all know that exists.
Wait a
The
minute,
question
to be
is, are we
fair-
taking
to be
Beyonce
fair,
or Rihanna?
It still has an itch in the back of your brain that it just scratches, and that's why it's popular. You and I had this conversation before.
It's technically
Okay, hold on.
sounds.
I'm kind of listening to what she's saying. I want to hear this.
Yeah, she's right.
Popular music, like whether or not people like
Yeah.
it, it's popular
It's
for
catchy.
a reason. It
Same
itches
beats.
something in your brain. I can't figure it out what it is. Is it the chord progressions?
I can
Is
tell you
it
exactly
the
what it is.
Is it the like the synth? Is
Or
it
the
like
beat,
the
or-
Illuminati in the background? I don't fucking know.
What Shawn can tell. So hold on. Those Shawn's words. I can tell you
I can
exactly.
tell.
what
I can
it
really
is.
tell you what this is. John Mayer's talked about it. He says that like in certain eras of time, there's certain chord progressions or certain beats in pop music
was right.
that are popular at that time. So he goes, okay, like like a drum beat that's in a 2/4 or whatever, it's popular of the time. So like you add that in. So when you're like these 20 writers, that's why it takes 20 writers. Like the guy who's writing like the drum progressions knows that like this is popular right now. The guitarist who has paid attention to every campfire song chord that's out there. I mean, we all know that.
CMPFR radio switchy songs.
Yes, we all know the campfire chord songs. I mean, everybody plays fucking Wonderwall at the fire
I'm
when
pretty
we're
sure I
hanging
hit that
out.
perfect.
Yeah.
That was at 1 hour and 46 minutes. I got to go back
So
and
like
listen to that.
all these writers know what
Yeah.
the meta is for music, and they write it. It's a fucking algorithm. They
When you
write
refer-
it down.
when you refer
it's a
to
mathematical
When
equation.
you refer to music as a meta,
it's true,
mean,
but
well,
that's
that
what
makes
it
me
is.
like kind of upset.
It's
but
sad.
It's
I mean-
accurate, yeah.
I mean, if you that probably explains why people sample a lot of things too.
100%.
That's true.
They sample a lot of things nowadays.
The first thing that I thought of was Billy Squier and Eminem.
Billy
Eminem-
Squire is the
Eminem-
most sampled artist of all
Eminem's,
time. I'm pretty sure.
Sampled "Stroke Me." I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, "Stroke Me" is one of the most,
that's
but
so
so is like
sampled,
every
yeah.
other Billy Squire
Billy
song.
Squier.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, man. Whenever we think about Squires, we're thinking about Final Fantasy 9.
I'm
From-
thinking
I
of
just
like
dug deep, didn't you?
I'm
is.
thinking
Final
of A
Fantasy
Knight's
Tactics.
Tale, but you know,
That's good. We're all in the same era. We're all in the same.
A Knight's Tale. Is
A
that
Knight's
the
Tale.
film?
yeah, with Heath
Oh, yeah,
Ledger
okay.
and stuff
Yeah,
like
Heath
He's
that.
a Squire. Yeah.
So that's on
Yeah.
Netflix now.
We watched it. We
A
watched
good,
it.
really?
I've-
a good buddy of mine is like, that's
I've-
my favorite film. You got to watch it. And I'm like,
Oh, it's a good.
good.
Movie.
it's a very good,
It's a good
like
movie.
coming of age, like that romantic.
Heath Ledger is definitely close
He's
to that.
To the Paul Rudd level.
He's aight.
Heath Ledger's a good actor. But let's not pretend that like.
But let's be honest.
Okay,
like,
let's talk about it. Let's talk about the acting. Okay, The Dark Knight Rises. He passed
phenomenal.
away.
Yeah, it's amazing.
He had a good acting performance, and everybody
you-
like.
it was just the Dark Knight.
Wait,
It
have
wasn't
you
Dark Knight
have you not
He's
seen
overrated.
have
No,
you
it's
not
not.
seen
It's
10
not.
Things I Hate About You?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
It's good.
well,
I like it.
Oh man, you
I like
didn't
it.
expect that answer, did you?
I
He
like
kinda
it.
got
It's
you with
good.
that one, didn't
It's
he?
good. It's good. He's very likable. Very likable.
I think he's shitting on the Joker or his acting
know,
performance
listen,
as Joker.
I can understand that because
It's so fucking
he
good.
carried
Listen.
it to the point to where you forget Christian Bale's in the film.
listen, a lot of people shit on actors because of certain characters that they play to begin with, right? Like, for example, people that have been in the Twilight series, they shit on them so hard. People
That's me.
shit
I'm
on
people. I'm people.
people shit on Robert Pattinson so hard.
Also not people.
Okay,
I love Robert Pattinson.
Hold on. Before he did the new Batman movie, they
Before
shit
that,
on
I loved
They
it.
They've always shit on him. He's
They've
a
not
good
always
actor.
shit
Not
on
me.
him. Now, Kristen,
not you.
Now,
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart, the
I
love
should
of my wife,
she can suck
love
cock
of my
some
life.
dicks.
Really?
Yes.
You love Kristen Stewart that much?
She ain't
She's
shit,
so
man. She's so
pretty.
vanilla.
She's so vanilla.
You're not a gay woman.
Here's the
Are you sure?
Here's
not
the
a gay
thing
woman.
with Kristen Stewart for me. She's up there as far as like my actors I just can't watch. Kevin Costner's up there. He's so fucking
Jesse
Kevin Costner,
Eisenberg.
really?
Jesse
Jesse
Eisenberg.
fucking
That
Eisenberg.
dumb fuck.
He's so annoying.
And guess what? Him and Kristen Stewart were in a movie together,
And
right?
it looks so bad.
What was it?
I can't remember the
What
name.
the fuck is
of
it? It's like movie. It was like Movie Land or some
It
shit
wasn't
like
that.
that.
But
I
I
don't
know what you're
remember.
talking. He had long
But, like,
hair.
Yes,
But Kristen
yes.
Stewart is so much more than Twilight, though. She just had
She
really
is.
poor direction.
She's won awards outside of Twilight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But my point is that like there are a
that
lot of
means
people that
anything.
hate a specific actor because of a character that they played, and it happens all across the
Oh
board.
yeah, but that's also how you like a character. Like
Yeah.
the first time I picked
True.
up on
That's
Anna
very
Taylor
true.
Joy,
oh yeah,
I became a fan. Was Queen's Gambit? Watched Queen's Gambit, and she instantly became a top 5 female actor.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, and what's weird is like I wonder if there's a part of us that like really enjoyed the child actor that played Anya Taylor-Joy's character, but we enjoyed her because the child was a very good actress,
Oh, okay, maybe.
and then that's why we were like, I'm forced to like this character
Maybe.
because it was played by a child. Maybe we just like the child's acting, and the child didn't get enough credit because of Anya Taylor-Joy.
Maybe so. But I think that's more like a child can't be that good at acting. Like they can do their part.
I feel like,
But the
I thought she
writing-
did so good though, man.
Oh, for sure. But the writing made her comfortable.
I
Made
think
her
you're right.
put
I
the
think
writing
that's
put her
accurate,
in a
yeah.
position to where she could showcase her minimal acting skills. I think.
right.
But I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Sounds like a philosopher or a sorcerer, as I might say.
A
On this segment
sorcerer.
of Who's to Say on Brew
Yeah,
Collar Podcast.
I like that.
On this segment, we're going segments now.
How you like? How you liking the Daily Hazy IPA?
Honestly, I like it better than I originally did.
That's
It
good.
definitely grew on me. I definitely like it better than the other way.
the pernicious.
the pernicious. Yeah.
I didn't think you would like
I
it.
went-
Like I said, hot take. Like I said,
It's funny because he doesn't like pernicious, and he said you would like it. I like pernicious. I said you wouldn't like it.
It's a half and half thing. I feel like if I bounce between the two, I think I'm fine. But this is a top contender for me right now, and I don't like beer.
I like that. I
Did
feel
we-
like I got to piss. I'll be
Did
back.
we say what your top 5 animes were? Because I know we were getting there, but I don't think we got there.
I had a top 5 that I commented before, but I'm trying to remember what it was. So what I would recommend for other people, top 5 is different from my personal top 5.
Okay, give me what you would recommend to people because I don't really know anime like that.
So Lupin the Third.
Lupin the Third?
Lupin the Third. It's an anime that basically the guy is the grandson of like this really big heist man or whatever. And it's like an anime heist movie and stuff like that.
Okay.
Number 4, I would say Naruto. But that was like my introduction. It was the first anime that I watched that I knew was anime.
Okay.
Sailor Moon is definitely something that I would recommend to people.
You think it holds up? Like if you have never watched an anime and then you watch it now, because Sailor Moon came out in what, early 2000s, late 90s?
Oh no, it was like 80s, 90s.
Oh, okay. So early 90s, late
Yeah.
80s. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that shows you, how much I know about anime.
But Sailor Moon is definitely what I would recommend to like a preteen girl and stuff like that because
Okay.
it follows like a girl in middle school.
Do you think it can connect to that? And I've never seen Sailor Moon, so I'm
Yeah.
just asking you. Like,
Oh,
do you think they can connect to that nowadays? Do you think it holds up?
The newer Sailor Moon, yes.
Okay.
Now the older Sailor Moon is like definitely what I connect to and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the newer Sailor Moon is like what I would push towards like my 12-year-old niece.
Okay. And Naruto too.
Naruto, my boys have watched Naruto.
Right.
Yeah. And Naruto was the first anime that I watched that I knew was anime and stuff like that. Naruto was also another thing that I like delved into while my mom was deployed. So that's where I'm like, yeah, this
That has some nostalgia to
So,
you.
yeah.
Like, it holds a special place in your heart.
yeah. Then I would say Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, I really think
Cowboy Bebop was pretty good.
Cowboy Bebop is something that you and Bryant would enjoy.
I think I can see it.
It's a space western. Who
I
doesn't
can get down with that.
Yeah,
I can
you
get down with
you
that.
can get down with.
What about Death Note?
I like Death Note. I can only watch it here and there though. It's not something that I'm like, I get tired of it. The main character, Light, he's so pretentious that I can't.
Oh, he's like that? Really?
Some people like it. Some people like that he's super analytical and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't care. You either kill people because you want to, or you kill people because whatever. You're so pretentious. I can't stand you.
Okay.
The number one anime I would suggest is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I've heard of that one.
That is really... Now, don't watch Full Metal Alchemist. Watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay, so I just know the Full Metal Alchemist, I think.
Full Metal Alchemist, they were turning it into... From what I understand, they were turning it into an anime before...
Oh, you're the best.
Oh,
I don't know.
thanks, Spring Chicken.
Spring Chicken.
Spring Chicken. Spring Chicken and
you
Home
ain't finished
Chicken.
your water, so I'll drink yours.
Thanks, Om. Full Metal Alchemist was turned into an anime before the manga was ending. So they were doing like some weird stuff with the storyline and it just didn't make sense. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was like when the artist was almost finished with the series and they could follow along with the manga and stuff like that, and it's so much better.
Does Dragon
animation...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Does Dragon Ball Z really hold up?
Like
Like when you start from episode 1, season 1, because I watched it back when I was in 5th grade, fucking loved it, didn't even know what anime was. I was like, this is a cartoon, but it's badass.
It
And then
depends on your...
I kept going.
You just did a Will Ritchie thing. It's badass.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking cartoon, but it's fucking badass.
It is badass, but also I think that it depends on
badass.
what age you are.
Right.
Now, my boys have watched Dragon Ball Z. They've watched Naruto. They've watched My Hero Academia.
And they're badass.
Listen,
Which one do they like more? Naruto?
so Gremlin 2 loves anything that I put in front of him. He's like, yeah, this is cool. Especially if I tell him this is what I grew up watching. He's like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. And I'm like, thanks, son.
Yeah.
And then Gremlin number 1 is just like, I just like the bad guys. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you're an edgelord. Cool.
I like that though. He's edgy. I like that.
God.
At least he's got his own like personality. He like the whole, you know what I'm saying?
He does. He's going... It's not a phase, Mom, but it's definitely a phase.
He's starting to transition to the preteens.
Listen,
He's
Heather...
starting to transition to the person that he's going to become.
Listen, Heather has always called Gremlin number 1 a little emo kid, and she's not wrong.
He reminds me of Ollie Sykes.
Really?
Listen, that's where Oliver's nickname is from. I halfway named I halfway named him after Ollie Sykes.
Okay, that's a great thing to name him after.
The first 4 or 5 albums was like,
you ever watched? It was like in 2021 in Wembley Stadium. What's the fuck? Like one of their heaviest songs. It was like fuck, I can't
So
think of it.
Chelsea Smile.
Chelsea Smile. That's the name of the
Chelsea
song.
Grin.
Yeah,
Chelsea Grin.
Chelsea Grin.
What's
That fucking song.
Wait, who's the band and which one's the
Chelsea
band? And which
Smile
one's
is the band.
Huh?
Chelsea Smile.
No,
Chelsea-
Grin
okay.
is the band. Chelsea Smile is the song.
Yeah,
you're right.
you're
I
right.
think,
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chelsea Smile, they did that live at Wembley Stadium in 2021.
Really?
And they go, I know a lot of you guys are wanting us to do this, and we said we would never do it again. But we're gonna fucking do it.
God.
And it gets so fucking heavy. It was a 7-minute version of the song, too.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that Bring Me the Horizon has to stay heavy in their festival tours to stay relevant. Like maybe this is a reach because the little preteen high school girls love the new shit. Maybe they have something there.
I don't think they do because
I love it all.
the radio.
To be
Who's
honest.
taking them? You say what?
I don't think they do because I think the new shit is putting them on the radio.
Who listens to the radio?
I mean, fucking preteen girls with their
Really?
old parents that listen to the radio.
I don't know. Preteen girls got their own phones now.
That's true.
Listen,
That's true.
Yeah.
But TikTok also is like a big influence.
Yo, my youngest son came up to me. It was like, Mom, I need a phone. And I was like, why do you need a phone? He's like, because I need to be on TikTok. No, the fuck you don't.
No, the fuck you don't.
No, the fuck you don't.
I don't do TikTok.
But like one thing that like
I did, and I got out of it, thankfully.
Yeah, I'm not into it either. Like, people
But now
say,
I watch
man,
YouTube Shorts,
turns
and
you
it's
into a
basically the
vegetable,
same.
YouTube Shorts are the same thing. I'm not like I have to invest in something. Like, I'll go to YouTube and I'll see shorts and I'll be like, yeah, that's cool, but
I can't do the
really,
shorts,
it's,
man.
it's
no.
Facebook.
I know it's
Facebook
it's
Reels
bad
of somebody
for you.
cooking a fucking steak though. That's all my algorithm is on Facebook.
Oh, no,
and
Yeah,
I
shit.
mean,
you
it's,
send
it's
me a
the
lot
same
of
thing
food
as
shit.
Vine.
That's all it is. That's
It's
all
the
my
same
algorithm
thing as
is.
Vine. It's like, oh, it has
She
my
laughed.
attention.
She laughed because she knows. That's
It
I
You
saw
got
her
'em
do
too?
shit.
It holds my attention
I love
for a
food.
certain amount of time, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Vine.
All right, cool.
Vine was
All
so
right, cool.
good.
Do it for the
God,
Vine.
Vine was so good.
Bro.
Do it for the Vine.
I
That's
remember.
where fucking Jake Paul and Logan Paul came from.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on Jake Paul and Logan Paul? Because you probably don't connect on like the sports side like we do, but you probably connect to like the internet side.
So when they were
with
on
them.
Vine, I was like,
They were
yeah, they were they were kind of funny and stuff like that. And then was it Jake or Logan that went to Japan?
Logan. Yeah.
When
And it was
Logan
Suicide-
with the suicide
Suicide
when he
force.
went to the
yeah.
suicide forest and he was like filming in there, that's where I was like, no, I
People were like
don't
killing
like you
themselves
anymore.
and shit in the suicide forest, and he's like recording it.
I meant to
Yeah.
bring this up earlier, but we were talking about Heath Ledger. Have you all seen fucking Jake Gyllenhaal on the weigh-ins for
I've
UFC
seen it.
285?
I've seen it. It's
I
weird.
have not.
He looks fucking shredded.
He does.
He looks amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the comments were like, "Yeah, steroids will do a lot of things for a person."
So
Why the fuck are you gonna shit on a person for doing steroids?
I don't have a problem with it. I know a couple friends who do them. You still have to put the work in. It just helps
You
you.
still gotta put the work in.
and
Yeah.
You still have to put
Well,
the
I
work
mean-
in. I don't do, obviously, look at me. I don't do steroids. So,
Yeah.
You're like shit,
yeah, exactly. So,
fucking beanpole over here.
like fucking shit bag.
are we done? You want to weigh in?
Fucking dipshit over here.
Only your closest friends will shit on you.
I love
accurate.
it. I love it. Yeah, so like only the people who have done steroids, it's pretty obvious when they do. So like when you look at Jake Gyllenhaal, it looks like he had to get ready for a film pretty quick. He probably did steroids and fucking just worked out every fucking day.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe recovered on like Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. It's his career.
Yeah, it's his
Makes
fucking.
sense.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
But also, like, what about the people that do steroids just to fucking make their body perform better as far as, like, in general?
I don't really get behind this because I don't think it's something that you want to make a lifestyle out of because you have to really
shouldn't.
fucking grind when you're
You
doing it or you get
shouldn't, but,
fat.
like-
You get fat if you don't.
But I mean, like, I'm going to take this drug to perform better versus I'm going to take this drug to make myself happier.
Okay. I'm listening.
That's the way I
So
look
you're
at it.
saying, like-
I don't care.
'Cause I think
Just
that-
do what the fuck you want. Just don't involve me.
I love
I like
that
that.
fucking mentality.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be honest, I didn't adopt that mentality until after I started dating my husband because I was
Bobby.
I was super
Shout out
I
Bobby.
was super left leaning. I was like, no, you gotta care
I
about.
think
every-
that's the
every-
most leftist, like that's old school and new school leftist way of thinking. Like,
yeah.
just leave me alone. Do what you want to do. Leave me. I just like I'm not interested in your life
Listen,
unless you're
I'm
a friend.
Just, at this point, I'm just so fucking tired. I just want to.
I don't have the energy to argue.
I don't have the energy to argue.
You just want to live your life.
I want to live my life. I want to raise my kids. I want to play my video games. I want to listen, go to shows while I still can before my knees break, and just live out my fucking
I
life.
don't
That's
have
all
the
I want
time
to do.
to look up what J.K. Rowling said.
I'm going to tell you right now, though.
I support you if you're transitioning, but I'm going to buy the game.
I'm
I'm
going to tell
sorry.
you right
Fucking
now,
tired.
though, as far as, like, I'm going to go until my knees can't support me. Our mom is 60 years old.
Bro,
And
your
that
mom-
motherfucker is a
Mom,
badass.
Listen, your mom, bro,
She's a badass.
She is. Like, I remember when Shawn and Heather were showing me a picture of your parents, right? Before they came over.
Right.
I
They
think
had to
this
be
was
drunk.
I was drunk as fuck, definitely.
I
But
don't show people pictures, so this was definitely Heather.
Y'all had to
But
I'll
it
be like,
was-
hey,
She
it's
outside
picture
of it.
time. I don't do
Here's
that.
my parents.
Yeah.
but it was
Y'all
like
had to be hammered.
it was like the first time
Y'all. I definitely was, but I
I think
wasn't
it was
involved.
the first time I met your parents,
Y'all.
to be fair. And she showed me a picture of it was definitely Heather because she showed me a picture
know.
of like when your parents first met and stuff like that.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like
the Kid Rock stage.
and I was like
Which one's
oh,
which?
she was banging. I'm gonna say it now. Your mom was so pretty.
And then you saw her today, and you were like, "She is banging."
Bro,
She's 60s.
she does. She's not in her 60s.
She's 60.
She's
Say
60.
psych right
60
now.
years
Your mom
old.
is so pretty. She's
She's
no,
a badass.
50.
She's a bad
40.
motherfucker.
No, she's 49.
I know.
That's
She
what we
ain't
say. We
60.
say that she's in her 40s.
God,
pretty
she's
cool.
so pretty. And then after I met your
That's where I
dad,
get it from.
y'all's dad, I was like, oh no, this is just Shawn and Bryant. This is just Shawn and Bryant. Like the way your dad moves and talks, I was like, oh, this is Shawn and Bryant.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay.
especially the way your dad talks to my kids and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's Shawn talking to them right now. Oh, that's Bryant talking to them right now.
Yeah, I'll pick up on
It-
my
it's-
social.
Okay, cool.
You are definitely your parents' children and stuff like that. 100%. But no, I will not believe that your mother is 60. She's 49.
No.
I will not believe anything else. Even when
It's
it's like,
funny. We've been lying to you. She's actually 49 years old.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was right the entire time. Cheers to Robin.
Oh, that's number 13.
Cheers. Cheers. Are we? Dang, we really got. I didn't even
Cheers to
acknowledge
Robin. Cheers to Robin. though.
Cheers to Robin.
We gotta acknowledge
it.
that.
Let me break one up.
Bro.
We're gonna wait. We'll wait right here with the fucking beers hanging over Eddie Van Halen's head.
Okay, am I going hazy?
Hurry the fuck up.
All right, that answers the question. Cheers.
Break it up.
Cheers,
man.
man. Cheers to Robin.
It's the hazy. Hazy it is.
Yeah.
I do hope that I age like your mom, though. I ain't gonna lie
She
about
did
it.
so good, but it's all because of, I think I was talking. I don't remember who I was talking to, and normally I don't.
She just loves animals, man.
That's really fucking a part of
She
it.
does.
Every time I talk to
She's
your
like,
mom.
the reason I didn't age is because I've been loving on these animals.
Listen,
It reduces stress.
every conversation I have with your mother, she's like,
some
I
truth.
just love animals. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You told me last time.
Yeah, you
fir-
told me last
the fir-
time.
the first
Yeah,
time-
don't tell her
the
that because
first-
she's not gonna remember.
The first conversation I ever had with her, she was talking about some competition.
Cats.
And for some reason, I thought she was talking about America's Next Top Model. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. She likes
really
reality
strutted
TV.
it down the runway.
And I was like, oh, okay. And she was talking about like some animal reality show. And I'm like,
And she's like, yeah.
I'm the dumbass.
And that motherfucker just shed it all over the place. You're like, huh? The person? And she's like, no, the fucking German Shepherd.
And I'm like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that's, oh, okay, I'm following you. Okay, I got you.
I'm just being stupid. I'm being quirky, you know. It's okay.
A little quirky. Yeah,
A
I
little
understand.
quirky, a little silly, a little
Goofy, a
little
little
wacky.
wacky,
Little
a little
goofy.
tacky, a little crazy. I understand.
All of it.
I mean, you have to be a little quirky if you're going to be married to Danny.
It's true. It's true. He's definitely a
Bobby.
unique personality, and it takes a unique personality to
Listen.
marry a man like that. And I think you were perfect for that.
Yeah, and I think, like, as far as, like, I know we were talking about, like, our mom. I feel like there's, like, that pride that comes with...
We all have pride.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
have pride.
Pride.
And even the Avett brothers. We talked about lyrics the other day. The
Yeah.
Avett brothers said that I want to have pride, and not like the kind in the Bible that turns you bad. I want to have pride like my mama had.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
That's it, man.
I feel that.
Not like the kind in the Bible that turns you bad.
Yeah, that's a
that's
good
right.
one.
That's
Fuck.
so good,
I mean,
man.
Okay, but that hits different for me because, like, I found reading glasses today that I definitely needed and stuff like that. And I put them on, and I was like, oh, no, I look like my mother?
Psych.
Right.
No, thank you.
Get in contacts.
No, thank you. No, well, Danny was just like, no, we'll just buy you some like circle glasses, like those huge, something
get some-
similar
yeah,
to
get
that.
some
Heather has
honestly.
them too. Yeah, Heather's got the
And
same.
he's like, if you feel like you look like your mom, we'll get you something to make you feel like you don't. It's okay. And I'm like, no. I don't think you understand. I look too much like my mother. I'm just accepting it at this point, and I don't want to.
I'm going to be honest with you. Your dad looks like
Shrek.
Shrek and Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg is what I was going to say. It's Donnie Wahlberg.
I have to remember what Donnie Wahlberg looks like. But like I've always said to
I'll
Danny,
pull that up.
I've
Listen,
always
my
said to
phone.
Danny
Pull it up.
that my dad reminds me of Shrek.
Really?
Yes. Especially when Shrek first came out. My dad had a diabetic stroke a few years
He's
ago.
a good dude.
Listen,
I like that dude a lot.
Love
I haven't
my
really had a
dad.
chance to have really sit down and talk
Oh,
to him.
he adores you guys.
Yeah, but I really like him.
He
He seems like a
adores you
really
guys.
good guy.
He's very, very sweet. But before my dad had his diabetic stroke and stuff like that.
That picture looks just like her fucking dad. That's the best one I can find. That's a badass motherfucker.
You know, I've never seen Donnie Wahlberg and my father in the same room. So
Your dad looks like Donnie Wahlberg.
Like, I couldn't stop saying it at the wedding, and my parents like kind of got on to me. They were like, he was right there, and you said he looks just like Donnie Wahlberg. That's
Listen.
not a fucking bad thing.
Yeah.
listen,
Donnie Wahlberg's a bad motherfucker.
listen,
Like,
that is 100% better than being told by your firstborn child that you look like Shrek.
That is, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
sure.
I really look like Donnie Wahlberg in
Yeah.
the Shrek, probably.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Donnie Wahlberg's a bad motherfucker.
Listen,
Like,
The Wahlburgers, baby.
You're telling
Yeah.
me that like saying that man looks like Donnie Wahlberg.
yeah.
Are you saying I got money?
If I was
Okay.
that man, I'd be like, damn, he said that about me. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Like, yeah.
No,
my parents
I'm
were like,
rich as
listen,
you
fuck.
said it right in front of him. I was like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, that's a compliment. That's
Yeah.
a bad motherfucker.
Yeah. it
Listen,
is.
I love my dad so much, and he's influenced me in so many things that I like. He's influenced me in Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons,
And probably
like, all
more
the
than you
fantasy
even
stuff.
realize.
More
For
than I
sure, for
realized.
sure.
However, I've realized over the past few years that my dad didn't show me shit. I'd watched the Rocky series for the first time the year Danny and I were engaged.
What was your thoughts on that? Because I saw Rocky at a young age, and I was like, wanted to whoop someone's ass right after the fucking.
I just thought it was a love story. Quite honestly, I was
okay.
like, it's Rocky working through some shit.
So you saw it from a more romantic side.
I saw it from a more romantic side, especially when he was just like, I just want Adrian's attention. And I was like, oh, this is just a love story.
It's weird how like
That's what I
male
love.
and female see it different because she
That's
sees
what,
it more
well, hold on.
romantic.
I don't think it's just male and female. I think like some males do see it that way, but like
Yeah.
I think
Maybe.
that's what's the beauty in the writing is that they wrote it in that
Yeah.
way for like
That's a romance
It's not-
definitely for the man.
it's not
Yeah,
just
for sure,
it's
for
not just a fucking I'm gonna fucking punch this guy and I can get hit, but guess what? I can hit you back. It's not that. It's not just that
Yeah.
film. You know, it's about like in the relationship between him and Adrian. Adrian, he's calling out. He needs her.
Yeah.
That's his companion though.
Yeah.
Like it's not just a fucking
It's
him
true.
fighting or just a relationship
needs
thing.
her.
Yeah.
He needs
His
her.
is
yeah.
She is his mental peace.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And you know, you watch it when you watch it as a like, it's a coming of age film too, to where like you watch it and
True.
you're like, man, like he overcame. Like he was
Yeah.
kind of down, nobody believed in him, and he overcame. He fucking did.
Which
it.
is so
Yeah.
crazy because we refer to coming of age films and we think of like fucking Twilight where they're in high school. We always think of a coming of age film as somebody in high school.
Almost Famous.
Yeah.
Almost Famous, exactly. But
Yeah.
when you think about Rocky, he's like
He's
24.
grown man. He's probably
But it's
pushing,
still a
yeah.
coming of age film. Like when you're 24 years old, you're still coming of
Well,
age.
Yeah,
well,
you
yeah,
really
because
are.
it's your quarter life crisis.
What about your mid?
Wow.
When does that come?
Huh?
When does
30.
it- when
30 years old, baby.
when is like when you have a bad moment and you're old? When is the midlife crisis? What age are we talking here?
Oh God, I don't know. My dad had
40?
my dad had his midlife crisis when he was.
You can definitely have a midlife crisis.
Shout out
Crisis.
to Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, gee.
Donnie
Want to taste
Wahlberg.
some burgers, baby? What's up?
Let's see. My dad's 21 years older than me. He had his midlife crisis when he was 39,
35 is what I would say.
35, 39.
I think it's older than that. I think like for a midlife crisis, I feel like it's like 45 at this point.
Yeah.
Like 40s.
What's midlife?
I feel like 40s is probably. Yeah, let's look that up.
Listen,
We're pulling that
listen.
up.
When I was turning 25, I was meeting. Danny and I were meeting you and Heather downtown for like sushi or whatever.
Tsunami.
Yeah.
Your
God.
birthday.
It was my birthday. It was Memorial Day.
73.7 years old is the
I
average
remember
age of
the
death
important
in America.
shit. You said what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
73.7 years old is the average age of death in America.
70.
That was 20. That was
God.
2020.
We're
let me type
we're
in
halfway
space.
there, Sean. God damn.
This is getting depressing.
So 70,
Cut this bitch
77
off right
is
now.
is in 2022. 2022.
Did Danny tell you guys his retirement plan, as he calls it?
I really would love to hear this.
It has to do with renting properties.
Nope,
And
it's a
We
shotgun.
should draw. We should draw. Oh, okay. He's fucking Borderlands 1. What's the fucking dude's name in Borderlands 1?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, but
The
I
dude
don't
that
know.
sits there on the fucking lawn in his chair with a shotgun.
He's the brute. He's the brute guy.
No, he's not. He's a
Really?
fucking old ass dude.
Yeah.
He's like
I
fucking
remember the
Weezer
start of that. You're on the
McGeezer.
bus ride, and you got the little mechanic dude, and it's like it's the cagey elephant. Bow now,
Ain't no rest for the-
ain't no rest for the wicked.
And
Yeah,
the rest of the wicked. Yep.
and that's the first time I ever heard that song. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm a fan. I
Yeah.
want to hear everything off this album. That was 2009. 10. When did
No,
that
It
game
was
come
like 2001, I think.
I thought it was like
No,
2000.
Or 2009. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was looking at Yeah,
I was gonna say 2008 or 2009.
It's somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah, because I was a sophomore in high school when I heard that song for the first time. I think.
Well, then it might have been 2009.
Yeah, 2009. Should be. I don't.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like I'm talking out of my ass now. But
I thought we both are, but I think that
TK Baja. That was his name. No, that was 100% his name. I gotta pull it up right.
Okay, so
That's
Yes.
him. Yeah, that's definitely
Yes.
him. I
So-
know for a fact that's him. Yeah.
so tonight my favorite female MMA fighter is fighting. Her name
Yeah.
is
Valentina Shevchenko.
Valentina Shevchenko.
Mm-hmm.
If
Bad
there
bitch.
was picture like a Bond movie to where there's like a badass female.
Mm-hmm.
The one who's like whooping all the dudes' asses and are like sniping them from a distance.
It's
That
Valentina
is
Shevchenko.
Valentina Shevchenko. She is like a markswoman. What would you say? What's the term here? Help me out.
You ain't gotta be politically correct, man.
No, I just want to.
It's a marks them.
You have a queer person buying J.K.
It's a
Rowling's
Marxism.
video game, and you're worried about being correct right now.
No, that just means you're the person to ask.
I
Look,
don't. I don't
it's a mark. It's
whatever
a marks
they
them.
prefer.
Marks
I guess.
them.
I don't fucking
Okay,
know.
we're gonna say she's a
Marks person.
elite marks them. I don't know, marks person.
Sniper,
That's my
sniper
joke.
specialist.
But not only snipers, like pistols and fucking
Yeah.
shot. Like she is like any kind of like
She's a bad
firearm.
motherfucker.
She
Yeah.
is an elite specialist at that.
Yeah.
And also she is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. She's a black belt in probably
So
favorite,
step
she
on
does.
me, mommy material.
I would probably say she's
Oh, absolutely.
she is the baddest motherfucker
fantastic. I can't
on
wait.
the
No,
planet.
no. Say what you just said, and that's it.
Yes. She is
Step on me, mommy material.
when you think of a badass female, she
She
is
is.
the
She's that.
badass,
Yeah,
the
she's
most badass. Like she is the assassin
Yeah.
that you think of, like in a Bond film.
And
film
she's fighting,
where she's
but she's also fighting Alexa Grassi,
who's a badass.
who is step on me, mommy material.
Alexa
not
Grassi's
in
about
to
that,
get
not
dropped.
that. We'll see though.
But,
Fantastic.
Yeah, so it's interesting
I
to
love it.
see because like the last
It's two
time
bad bitches fighting.
yes, two bad bitches fighting, but Valentina Shevchenko hasn't lost in multiple
But
fights.
she had,
Right.
she had a tough fight last
She
time.
arguably lost in a decision the last time she fought. So it's like, is she on the way out? Is she still the badass that we know?
I'm really lost on what you're talking about. I ain't gonna lie.
She's
to you,
fighting
homie.
tonight. So
Okay.
when you come out with us to Sports Pub tonight,
Yeah.
you're going to see her fight.
Heard,
She's
heard.
before the main event. She's the champion. She's the baddest fucking person. Like one of the
She's
baddest
one of
motherfuckers
the
on the
baddest
planet.
bitches
Yeah.
on the
No,
planet. yeah.
people on the planet. She's one of the
Yeah.
baddest motherfuckers. She could snipe you from a distance if she really wanted to. If she was trying to kill you,
Yeah.
You're
she
dead,
could
yeah,
kill
you're
you from a distance. She can probably kill you with a. She has a fucking
Oh, and you walk
pistol.
up and she's fucking spinning sidekicks
Oh.
you in the fucking liver, and you're dead.
Oh, you think you're gonna like get up on her and like be physical with her? She's gonna fucking take you down and like side
Just
kick you and
take
fucking
me
head
out.
kick you.
Just take
Just
me out.
snipe me from a distance.
Listen,
Yeah, don't
take
make
me
it
out
brutal.
either on a date or with a sniper rifle.
Either take me out.
One of the two.
I like
Like,
it.
either kill me or like piss on me.
If you're
Like-
listening to this podcast, oh, here we go. If you're listening to this podcast and you don't know who Valentina Shevchenko is,
go fuck yourself.
Go ahead and go to YouTube and type in
And fuck
Valentina Shevchenko
I mean,
highlights,
I didn't know who she was.
and you will
That
see
bitch.
the. It's okay. I didn't expect you to,
Yeah.
but it's okay. Like
Yeah.
tonight, I'm just trying to paint the picture for you tonight. When you go
Yeah.
out to watch these fights,
Heard.
you're gonna like this is a potential
Then let's
favorite
paint, let's paint
fighter
the picture
for you.
for John Jones.
So John Jones he's the main event tonight.
Yeah.
And he is a guy who hasn't fought in about 3 years, but he is regarded as the best,
The greatest of all time.
the greatest of
Yeah.
all time.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why some people, the haters, say that he's
beside
not
his name.
because he has taken PEDs, which is performance enhancing drugs.
Ah, I
He's
see.
kind of indulged
Steroids.
in some steroid.
Cocaine. He
possible
got busted for steroids, cocaine. Like he's kind of has a bad track record, but he also has the best track record as far as like who he's.
Can
beaten.
you do me a favor and look up if he was involved in a CDV,
What is
domestic criminal
I'm
domestic
pretty
violence?
sure he was.
You
like
know what?
2
The
years
fact
ago.
that he doesn't know what that is good for you. So, very good for you, actually.
So I don't know if
No, I'm
Danny,
pretty sure he was like a year or two ago.
So I don't know if Danny told you guys this.
Okay, yeah, I'm
but
curious
when
about that because I don't want to go on a. Sorry, go ahead.
we were applying for a marriage license and stuff like that, and so we got the receipt after we paid for it and stuff like that, and then it had like the domestic violence fund for like $25, and I was like, made the joke to Danny. I was like, do they know you're gonna hit me?
They're already preparing for it.
And he's like driving through downtown Greenville, and he's like about to crash the car from laughing.
He brought this up to me. I'll fucking laugh my ass off. Yeah, it's so funny. He's like,
that's what I love about Danny. Is he has like fucking
dude.
His sense of humor is perfect, and that's why we wanted you on the podcast so bad.
Because we knew.
I understand Danny's humor, and like I know what to say to like make him bust a gut, and like sometimes it's a hit or miss.
To bust a what?
It's a bust a gut.
That's bust a nut.
They can be different faces, different places.
Simultaneous.
Something's
like
busting,
whenever
you guys.
there's a button in your mouth and you go and you spit it into the
and then there's another button.
Again, something's busting. You
How many
guys.
buttons do you need, bro?
That's genius. I'm so happy.
But
with
that's
that.
how quirky
I'm so
Danny
happy.
is. Like
Listen, I truly enjoy his sense of humor because he'll just come around the corner. Have you seen that meme of this one kid? He has like his pants pulled up like Steve Urkel, and he's like, "Mom made pancakes."
I haven't seen this. This is the Danny algorithm I was talking
I'm
about.
really upset that I haven't seen this because I feel like I know like 99% of memes.
I've died laughing because so the way our room is set up, I have like our desk like next to our bed, and then like behind my desk is like our master bath and stuff like that. So he'll come out of the bathroom and be like, "Mom made pancakes."
The audience thought that was fucking hilarious.
And I'm in
the audience laughed their ass off at this.
And I'm in the middle of playing Genshin Impact, and I'm like, "No, I'm dying, please."
Kitchen Impact, is that like a overcooked game, or is like it seems like an anxiety game. When I hear Kitchen Impact, I think
no, she didn't say kitchen. She said Genshin.
Genshin Impact.
Genshin.
It's one of those collect your.
Think about because I know the name of the fucking game. I'm not retarded. Might be.
I don't know how to describe it.
I think normal people. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna shit on you a little bit.
Who the fuck is normal people?
Okay, just if you
Shawn.
take a poll,
No, who the fuck is normal people?
Apparently me. I like that. Cheers, number 14, baby. What's up?
Oh, there it is. They just keep it counting now.
13, 14.
There it is.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I was about to
Gabby's
go on
gonna
a
get
dumb
so
tangent.
annoyed with us.
No, she's not. She's enjoying this.
She's
shit.
been.
She's
It's
enjoying
okay.
this shit. She wants to sound like she's not. She loves it. So,
Okay, go ahead.
So Kitchen Impact. Tell us about it.
Genshin Impact is. I can't tell you anything about the
you
story.
not?
I'm not paying attention to it. I'm paying attention to the characters that you can collect, where it's very handsome women or very pretty boys. And you know what? I appreciate that. That's all I can tell you about the game.
Why do you appreciate that?
Because I'm queer.
So in my head, I heard you say because I'm gay.
Yeah.
But you said that, and I was like, oh, that's good. That's exactly
It's the
what I
same.
said. Yeah.
Listen,
I was so happy that you gave me the response I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because that was a fucking perfect response. That's amazing.
I married a straight man, but if a woman came up to me and was like, "Hi, how are you doing?" Sorry, Danny.
Which one? What would be your like woman? Like, okay, you have the Paul Rudd, the
Gabby.
What's up? You made it. You made it, Gabby. Okay.
Gabby, Heather. No, I'm kidding. It would be like Margot Robbie.
I fully expect that.
She's the layup.
Listen,
She's the layup.
okay,
Yeah,
but
so
first
easy.
of all,
Everybody
if
on the planet knows
Margot
she's a
Robbie
beautiful
coming up to
human
me as
being.
Harley Quinn, I'm gone.
Harley Quinn.
Really?
Yeah,
You're a comic book.
I'm a comic book person, and
Comic
honestly,
book person, though.
she really embodies Harley Quinn in a way that I didn't expect that she would embody
She blew
her.
up, dude. It's Harley Quinn.
Listen.
That's what made her, right? That's what
Yeah.
jump
I
started
don't
her, right?
I think it was.
I thought it was Wolf of Wall Street
yeah,
that
Wolf of Wall
like
Street.
blew
What
her
came
up.
first?
Wolf of
Wolf
Wall
of Wall
Street,
Street came
yeah.
first. You're right. Yeah, because
But-
that was 2007, 8.
Something like that. Have you guys seen?
11.
I don't know if you guys have seen
It might be the tens.
Harley
pull it
Quinn and the Birds of Prey.
I haven't seen that. I know the movie. I know the movie, but I haven't seen it.
I enjoy the movie so much because she looked at the material and was like, you know what, we're
14.
we're
I'm
going
upset.
to make a movie.
I
with
I
this.
wanted to say 2013. And I didn't because I didn't want to be a fucking idiot. It's 2013. I'm
I
so upset I didn't
said
say it.
7.
You did.
like-
you said 14.
I know. I was
I
like,
thought you
10
said- I
years
thought you said
ago.
I said it.
no,
I really want to
10
say
years
I
ago.
said like, I don't know what I said. To be honest
Martin
with you.
Scorsese. God,
He is
damn,
number
man.
2. He's
Yeah.
number 2.
Who's number
But-
1?
Steven Spielberg.
Oh, what? You're
Yeah.
putting Quentin Tarantino behind
No.
Scorsese?
You're looking
you
too
said
deep.
Wes
You're looking-
Anderson
No,
wrong?
you're putting.
I put Steven Spielberg number 1.
No, that's fine. You're putting Quentin Tarantino behind Scorsese.
I've battled this.
Who's
for
number 3?
so
Is
long.
it Quentin Tarantino to you?
I don't know. After that, for me, Steven Spielberg is number 1, and I don't even like Steven Spielberg like that. Like he's not even in my top 5.
Yeah.
But I have to give him the credit. Like you go back and look at Jurassic Park and how it was made.
Yeah.
You can find this on Netflix, like the movies that
We
made
have a
us.
fucking poster of Steven Spielberg
And
right there.
Fucking, I mean, every block he created the fucking blockbuster in a
And
way.
we don't even
Yeah.
like Back to the Future.
I
it's
like Back
fucking,
to the Future.
I do too. I mean,
But
we don't like it
not
like that. though.
that.
We don't like it like that. Like we love the fucking Chuck Berry reference. We love the fucking Eddie Van Halen reference. We love the movie. But do we really love the movie?
But
Like,
you
we
go
don't
back
really
and
like that.
watch how he created Jurassic Park, and
Yeah.
you go back and watch Jurassic Park, and it still holds up as a '90s
Oh,
film.
yeah.
It is beyond. It's like it's elite grandmaster shit.
I've
You know
become
what I'm saying?
obsessed with the fact that I need to make Gabby watch The Thing.
John Carpenter.
After the Will Ritchie podcast,
Dude.
The Thing is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The thing is
I haven't
phenomenal.
seen it forever.
And I forgot
I
how
truly
good.
hope
So
you
good.
enjoy it when you do watch it
We gotta
because
watch
I
it.
really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy it.
It's
I'm not going to be
good.
like, oh,
Was it
you didn't watch
1984?
Listen, I didn't watch the Rocky series until this past year, and I didn't watch
82.
The Godfather until like 2 weeks ago. So I'm not going to give you
I'm gonna
shit
have
for
to
not
ask
watching
you.
stuff.
I have to ask you, Ducky, as a person who doesn't like movies that much,
Yeah.
and you watched The Godfather, like you said, how many weeks ago?
It was like 2
2
weeks
weeks.
ago.
What did you think
I-
about it?
So I got to a certain part of the movie because of personal reasons. I stopped watching it and stuff
Okay.
like that. But other than that, it was a pretty good movie. But for a personal reason, I stopped at a certain point and I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
I've got bad
Okay.
news. It's 7:04.
Ah, shit.
It's about time
3
to go.
hours?
Hey,
It's
God
2.5
damn,
at least
2.5,
because
yeah.
we started at 4.
We're at
4:30.
2:25. So.
God damn.
And we gotta get downtown to watch these John
Oh,
Jones.
man, I'm so.
So-
I've never been more excited for a fight. I don't think.
So on this card, I know
Yeah.
you don't know UFC, and that's
Yeah,
okay. But I'm
yeah.
trying to paint this picture for the audience and also you.
Yeah.
Is that Valentina Shevchenko, who is the champion, is fighting Grassi, who is I can't remember. Her.
Alexa Grassi.
Yeah, she's a great fighter. I watched some of her highlights.
It's gonna be a good fight.
It's gonna
not
be a good
layup.
fight.
It's not gonna be a layup for Shevchenko.
Shevchenko, you heard me talk about. She's the
Yeah.
fucking the cream of the crop of a female assassin. Like if you was
Yeah.
gonna hire someone to go in and murder someone, she is the motherfucker. If you're picking like,
If you're a
she's the baddest motherfucker.
if you're
on
looking
the
for
planet.
diversity and an assassin.
What he's trying to say is if you're
Diversity
picking
higher for assassins.
exactly. Yeah.
if you're trying to if you're hiring a female to come do the job,
Yeah.
she's the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm going
And what's-
Mirko Cup.
And with saying that, I would probably go. Honestly,
All right, we can keep going. Keep going.
oh yeah, but she is the baddest motherfucker on the planet. But she is the fight before John Jones, and like I said, John Jones
And
is
she
one.
deserves that. Yeah.
Yeah, she deserves it. She's
being a
fucking
being a co-main
amazing.
event is a very
So
high,
and
like
she's
a prestigious.
Yeah, I'm pretty
award.
sure she's been the main event before, but
Yeah.
Shevchenko is just what makes the card her as the second fight.
Yeah.
Leading
And
from
then
top
Jeff
to bottom
Neal.
is what makes the fight like this card so amazing. And you got John Jones, who is regarded as the greatest of all time. People say he's
Hasn't
not
fought in
because of the
almost 3 years.
the cocaine, the possible
the steroids,
PDV, the PEDs,
Which, however, I will say the level of PEDs that he
was very
failed
low.
for at the time is actually legal now in the UFC.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying when we talked.
It's
Anyways,
legal. Yeah,
we'll talk
it's
off air.
legal now in the UFC.
Yeah,
so.
but so like he's
If there's
fight-
anyone else as lost as I am,
That's
leave
okay.
a comment down below.
But-
well, she's actually sitting on the floor.
That's okay.
So live audience.
We're painting this picture of what you're about to watch. So I'm
Comment
trying,
down below.
I want to get you excited about what we're about to watch.
Listen, all you have to say is hot women hitting each other. That's it. That's all you got to say to me.
Okay, what if we said hot men hitting each other?
Listen, I'm there.
I mean,
I'm there.
I like it.
look,
I'm equal opportunity.
it's been such a fucking good podcast.
I'm glad to be here.
It's been so fucking good.
I'm glad to be here,
We've
man.
been wanting to have you on for a while, and I mentioned to it. I was
Listen,
like, you know what?
I
It's gonna
remember
happen.
when you asked me, "Hey, when are you going to be on the pod? When are you going to ask me to be on the podcast?"
that was like
Yeah, that's
Tuesday
fair.
last week,
Tuesday.
and I was like, this is gonna fucking happen.
Yeah. When you texted me, like, podcast, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be on the podcast.
I have to say, this is on Bryant because he came to me and, usually like when we start our week, I go like, we got to like, usually we like to get, depending on their schedule, we like to get people in. Like next week, we're going to have the Crabman in. Spoiler alert. We're going to have the Crabman in.
Rad.
He's already been on
double
once.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our schedules that day line up perfectly because like he's going to come in. We're going to the comedy show that night, so he's off. We're off. We got to do a podcast, so like we're all on the same page. Kind of the same thing today is like we're doing the karate tournament. But he came to me and was like,
he texted me. I
was like,
we talked about it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was like, should we have a podcast or with a guest like next week or whatever?
Because we knew time was going to be tight.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, maybe Then he goes, we should definitely have a podcast with a guest. And I said, yeah, we got to have it with Ducky. I've already told her.
And I was like, let's.
He's like, that's
do
the
this.
fucking move.
That's
He's like,
the
that's
move.
spot on.
Yeah.
So you know what? This is the last time I say this. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Fucking
15,
amazing,
baby.
No, we gotta make it 15. We gotta find another.
Thank you, cheers.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you, Ducky. Thank
Set
you,
a
Shawn.
record
It's
for
been
you
fun.
guys.
It's been
Tell your friends about us. We're happy to be here.
For sure.
If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do.
If you haven't liked and
Please do.
subscribed, that's fine. That's okay. We know
like,
who's
subscribe,
loyal.
hit
Hit
that
that-
like button.
Smash that like button, bro.
Smash it.
Don't make me turn
Fucking
into
Will
fucking
Ritchie.
PewDiePie for this shit.
Do it. Do your PewDiePie impression.
I'm gonna be
I don't
honest.
have. I don't have.
You got
a,
it. You got
just-
a
I don't have a
voice.
PewDiePie impression.
Okay, give us your. What's your best impression?
God.
Oh, this is very interesting. I'm excited.
We gotta close it out quick. Let's go. What you got? I'm putting it on the spot. I'm sorry.
You are
I'm
putting
fucking
me on the
dickhead.
I love
spot.
this. I love
Shit,
this.
shit,
You
shit,
are
shit,
doing
shit, shit.
Something came to your head. Do it.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome to Brew Collar Podcast.
Holy
Love
fuck.
it. Love
Talk
it.
And
about
if you
some
like-
fucking YouTube fame.
And if you like this podcast, smash that like button in the
Damn.
face.
Damn, Jacksepticeye. Holy
Let's
fuck.
go.
As a YouTube lover, I love that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a clue what the fuck's going on.
Listen,
Don't.
my younger brother looks like Jacksepticeye, and
Wow, that
now
was fucking good.
Now
I like that.
now I live vicariously through that.
Hey,
Respect.
we love the viewers.
You know what? To
we love you.
the brothers that actually came to my wedding.
What's the word you're
cheers.
gonna say? Oh, cheers! Yeah, number
17.
16. 17? Oh shit!
I don't know. I don't know.
It's been a good podcast. Let's go watch some fights. Let's go eat some food. We love you guys.
Tell your friends about us. We love you.
We love you guys.
Follow me on Twitch at duckydaddyy.
Ducky
Ducky
Daddy.
Daddy and his
Yes.
motherfucker. Cheers, y'all. See y'all. See you guys next week.